Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa! Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
I guess this team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not standing in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to part. Play it out, bro. While you talking this guy.
Grace and peace, Lou here for the UFL devotional for this week. I'll be coming out of Matthew 7:13-15, and it reads as thus. Enter the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction. And there are many who go by it, because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life. And there are few who find it. Amen. Let me pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord, for another day, Lord. We thank you for your grace and your mercy, Lord. Lord, I just ask you, Lord, to just hide me behind the cross, Lord, and that I may be able to clearly state what you have shown me through your word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now, here, Jesus tells us that there are two paths. One is wide and one is narrow. The wide path is easy, comfortable, and popular, and filled with voices encouraging us to follow whatever feels right. But that road ultimately leads away from God and into destruction. We see that in Proverbs 14:12. The narrow path is not always comfortable. It calls us to repentance, faith in Christ, obedience, and surrender. And this path leads to life, true life now, and eternal life with Christ. See that in John 14:16. Now, you might be wondering, well, why should I go down the narrow road? Again, that narrow road is what leads to salvation. And why do we need to be saved? Because of the debt that we owe God, which is the debt that no man can pay, which is sin. And the only one who could pay it was the God-man, Jesus Christ. Now, my question to you is, what path are you going on? Are you entering? Are you going down the wide path, which leads to destruction and to hell, or are you going through the narrow path, which leads to Christ? Have you turned from your sin, asked God for forgiveness, and turned to Christ and made him head of your life? Or are you in sin, enjoying your sin, and obeying your father, the devil? With that, I will close. Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord, for this season, Lord, in UFL, Lord. We just thank you for it being a great season, Lord, with no injuries and no drama, Lord. We just pray for the players, Lord, that, Lord, as they have enjoyed this season, Lord, and have heard these devotionals, Lord, that, Lord, you just draw them to yourself. Lord, we just thank you for all things. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. Finally, we are here. Championship time. Championship appearances by both teams. It's an amazing time right now. Greatest time of the season. I'm Stephen J. Got my partner Ghost. Got my partner Lou the Shooter. And this is Real Tough Talk. Championship UFL game. Here we go.
Finally, we're out of here.
Now, the only thing that I'm upset about is we wait until the championship game to have one of the coldest games we've had all season. And that's the thing that's frustrating now that, we had a smooth season, good weather, and then it gets cold in the biggest game of the year. And that's the only...
Hold on, Ghost.
Yeah.
I know you're not complaining about the weather. Remember the rain season? Come on, bro. I know, take cold any day.
You're not getting what I'm saying. But the championship game, I would love to have a game where the weather's nice and the game is fine, rather than it be cold. Whatever. We'll deal with what we got, but it was still cold, man. Come on.
2017. It wasn't as cold as 2017.
True.
Well, to start off the show, we're gonna go through the awards nominees and the winners We'll give our thoughts about it, and then we'll move on. We won't spend too much time on it. We wasn't able to do it on the field because we kind of ran late, so we didn't really give out all the awards. So we'll say it here, and we'll go from there. First one we're gonna go over is the Heart and Determination Award, which is the Johnny Rockstar Award. As y'all guys probably know, Johnny was a guy who played football in the BFL/UFL, and he was honored when he passed away. If you don't know, that's one of Dre from DG's best friends, is like his brother. So it was in honor of him. And Rockstar is a guy who plays specifically in the BQFL. But because I repped his games, I got to know him, I wanted to honor him by making an award in his name. So it's called the Johnny Rockstar Heart and Determination Award. We have people like Tim. Tim won it twice. Yomi won it. Shannon won it.
Jeremy
Uzo
won it.
Jeremy won it. We have several guys that played hard all times that won this award. The nominees this year was Sherm from Street Fam, Randy from Primetime, Carmine from PME, and Nick from UTF. And the winner will ultimately be Nick from UTF. Lou, you're a UTF guy. You know that team well. What is your thoughts on Nick beating out those other candidates?
I concur. I don't think he missed a game. You know what I'm saying? And he left his, he left the game on the field. He gave it his all every game, no matter where you put him. Team
Ghost,
player.
your thought?
I mean, honestly, there was, to me, I would say it's a no-brainer. Like, all of these guys definitely deserve the award, but I would say Nick really embodied the award because, again, like we've been saying, he gave his all. He did everything that he had to help this team. Even on the one game that he was late, he came in and turned the game around by himself, and he put everything into helping his team win. So that's one thing that no matter whether the team is doing bad, whether the team is doing good, you see Nick put himself out there to play his best and rally everybody on that team to play at their best, and that's why he embodied the award this year.
All right, next one we're gonna go over is gonna be the coach, captain, owner of the year. That's the guy that not only puts the best team together, but leads the team and guides the team to some type of success. So you're gonna have Alvaro from Street Fam, you're gonna have Ray from the Shockers, you're gonna have Bills from LES, and you're gonna have Doughboy from PME. The winner of that is gonna end up being Alvaro from Street Fam. Took that team that had the worst defense in the league last year. They jumped all the way to number 2 this year, number 4th in offense. Go started with you. What is your thoughts on that? Him winning that award against those other guys?
This was not really an easy choice. The thing about it is there was a lot of coaches that really did do well for their team. You mentioned Alvaro. You mentioned
Ray.
You mentioned Ray.
Bills,
who,
LES.
Ray, who actually with their first season ended up being a really good contender on the Shockers. Like you said, the 3 seed. You have Bills, who made the Raiders into one of the best teams in the league this year. You had Doughboy, who improved that PME team from being I believe they were a 5-4 team last season, to being the number 2 division.
They were number 1. They won the one,
and they end up going from being 5-4 last season to being the best in their division. That's a big turnaround for their team. Not counting the fact that they won a championship, but the fact that in the regular season they were a better team this year than last year. But Alvaro partnering with Prodigy on this team, turning their defense around, because they had the worst defense in the league last season, and to go from worst to first has a lot to do pretty much with the same guys, give or take like 1 or 2 guys, but they pretty much had the same exact team, and they were able to go from worst to first on defense and still have a dynamic offense. So they were flipped around to being one of the best teams in the league and being even better than last year. So that turnaround definitely deserved the award for them.
Lou?
I would say the Shockers coach owner negative, because your defense was horrible, trash, basura, however other language you can call it. What was the other one?
Bills. A lot of people say he wasn't there. So
yeah, Bills. The Raiders suck. Their defense was trash too.
You know, Street Fam. Look, I would have liked to see both Alvaro and Doughboy get it because Doe was 2-2 and number one seed in his division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Now,
what I
the
brought up.
one
Yeah.
thing with Alvaro, the defense did get better, but we got to remember he's a defender. You know what I'm saying? He's a player who's still playing. You know, but that's about it. The defense was good, but their offense was decent, except that your quarterback was just a little wild in the season, and they got bumped again early. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we
But
don't
not-
count playoffs, so
you know, I know we don't count playoffs, but still, at the end of the day, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that, but I understand that, you know, that's a totally different thing. And then and then you said PME was what, 5-4 last year, and then you end up 6-2. You end up with the same record. The tough one, you know what I'm saying?
On that one, a lot of things I heard Doughboy was a lot of voters say he doesn't coach.
But that's a ref.
You know,
Ref should be minding. Ref should be looking at the field, not at the sideline.
You know, I think that I said it on the field. I don't think he liked it. I think he got the KD vibes, meaning when KD went to Golden State, that team was so elite that he was not gonna win an MVP being there. You know what I'm saying? And I think Doughboy team was so stacked. You know what I mean? It was more last year of them getting together, and you saw them run through the playoffs. And this season, with that talent, they could lose Tech, who became an important factor in LES, and they didn't miss him. They went 6-2. Alvaro again, they went 6-2 also. Let me tell you something. Half these guys cannot name two guys on Street Fam other than Slasher and Shirt.
I can.
You can.
I can give you one more. I can give you one more. That's about it.
You go to other guys.
one
You
more.
know PME. You know Jaquan. You know Shane. You know Henry. You know Wes. You know Courage. You know Twan. So because they're
Chad.
Even
you know
Big Willie.
Chad. So I think he got mad, and I'm like, think about it. You got the KD vibes, and you seen Alvaro on the field strategizing with the guys, arguing with the guys, making changes with the guys that sometimes it even rubbed Prodigy the wrong way at times.
Right.
Well, the only way that can happen is if you're trying to take over and use your experience to do this. And I think that's what happened. I think he kind of was a victim of his own success.
But to have all those stars and keep that team together, you know what I'm saying? That's
what was
the other
going to split them
aspect.
apart?
Say again?
What would split them apart?
I'm just saying, you know how attitudes,
Who?
you know.
The only attitude
Really?
they have.
Who?
And you know what?
Who? Are you serious?
And we're
With
gonna
who?
go. You know what you're gonna see it? You're gonna see it in the championship game when Henry makes the team go for it on 4th down. These are the things that you can't say you're the coach and you run the team.
But look, but this is the beauty of this.
But
This
these
is the
are
beauty
things
of
that
this.
went
See,
on in the regular season.
look,
And
but
again, I think Doughboy was a victim of his own success. Go
I
ahead.
get it.
No,
I get
this
it. When
is
you
the
have
beauty.
a stacked team, I get it.
Yeah, but this is the beauty of it. People think that, you know, when we debate and we argue and we make our points, that it's just everybody siding with one person, just
Yeah.
making easy decisions.
Like it's me.
Look at
It's
the
all me.
debate
I
that's
make the
happening
call.
now. We can't say that everybody agrees, so these are
Right.
not easy choices
Right,
when it
without a
comes to
doubt.
us choosing the awards. And some people disagree, but that's the whole point. It's not just everybody's just letting one person decide.
Right.
It's never been that, and that's
No.
the beauty of it all. It's never been easy.
Well, I just say refs shouldn't be worried about what a coach is doing on the sideline. Pay attention to the game, and you won't miss plays, darn it.
But we can't take away the things that Doughboy did do. And
Yeah,
I think
of
a lot
course.
of it was Rel not being there and the team still being
And I want to
Right.
say one more thing, because I don't want to stick on this too long. Last comment. But understand, I would say I would give Doughboy a better coaching rating in the playoffs than in the regular season. Because think about this. As great as Alvaro and Prodigy did in the regular season, bumped second round 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
matter.
Doughboy did step up come the playoff time. But unfortunately,
Doesn't count.
it's not a it's not a playoff award. Because if you combine the playoffs with the regular season, then you got a big argument. Because he made some moves, a certain challenge, so you got to give it to him on that. So that's the winner of that. Next one, blocker of the year. You had Will from Monarchs, you have Courage from PME, you have Dot from Rep City, and you have Shaq from LES. Now, I think Will I'm going to say he didn't win it. Dot ended up winning the award. Now, Will, I think, because he started late, he didn't win it. If Will
Yeah.
starts from the beginning, he wins.
Yeah,
He
they had G
completely
starting
wins.
at first.
You
Yes.
saw once he became a starter, Chuck has played way better. And that's only the Will.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, your thoughts, Courage, the same thing. A lot of people say Courage is a good, decent blocker. He's not a great blocker. You know what I'm saying? And that sometimes falls on his quarterback. You know what I mean? A lot of times the blockers get restricted because of the way their quarterbacks move or the decisions they make, and they can
Yes.
look like they're under more pressure than they really are. So it comes down to the quarterback. This one really came down to Dot and Shaq. Go, starting with you. What was your thoughts?
And like I said, this was a close matchup in terms of comparisons because Shaq, when
Go
he
ahead,
was
Tom.
in the game and he was focused in the game, he was a blessed block on the field. I'm not gonna say that he wasn't. But the thing about it is, I think that B Dot was more consistent throughout the season. I think that's the thing that edged him out from Shaq. Because you can be dominant for a few games, but if you're not consistent throughout, it kind of hurts you overall. And I think that that's the main reason why B Dot edges him out. And the thing about B Dot is, one thing you got to give him is his communication, his synergy with the quarterback is something I can say he has better than Shaq does with Corey. That's what I say B Dot gets up above Shaq. Nothing against Shaq and telling that Shaq is worse or anything like that, but the synergy with him and his quarterback is not as connected as B Dot
Especially
is
when
with
and when
Allen.
Adi went down, you see
Yes.
him talking to Dave, helping Dave
And
run
Dave,
certain
yes.
plays, telling Dave where he's gonna go. That's what he did once their starter went down. Go
Yes.
ahead, Lou.
Um, it was look, they're both great blockers. What hurt Shaq was the fact that he missed a few games.
3
And
games
the
he
one
missed.
thing, the difference between those two is that Shaq is a character.
Yeah.
Shaq will be blocking you and looking at the side. That
Yeah,
is
Oh, I
he's
saw
very
hilarious.
that. Yeah.
entertaining.
So disrespectful. He did that. He did that at EHS last Saturday. But yeah, he was and he can run out and make
Yes,
catches.
his
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
catching
That's the
out the
other thing.
backfield
The
is a
one
little
thing,
superior.
the one thing he can't do is dance. We
Yes,
already know
dancing
that
horrible.
that is not his forte, his cup of tea.
Me,
And
me and
and
Shaq got into it about this award. I kind of said because he missed 3 games hurt him.
Yeah,
Dot
definitely.
missed 1, he missed 3, and not only did he miss it, when he missed it and Speedy came in, Speedy did a great job blocking.
yeah.
So when you step down and somebody steps in and does as great of a job as you did, it hurts your candidacy because it's like, well, they can do the same thing that you're doing. So it's again, I think Shaq does not get credit for his blocking. He's one of the best blockers in the game. He won this award with Blackout when Blackout didn't have an offense. So that's
Yeah.
why you can't look at, well, LES had the best offense, Rep City didn't. Well, Shaq won it with Blackout not having a great offense. They didn't
Yes.
score when he won it. But he did a lot. I think because of we seen what Dot did with the offense as far as when Adi went down, him having to help call the plays, him having to
Yeah.
make sure everybody was in their spots, him making sure the team doesn't curse, puts him over Shaq only because Shaq missed those 3 games. If
Yeah.
Shaq is there, Shaq got a better argument. But I
Right.
think them 2 guys blocked great, and it was very, very close. But a lot of guys, he lost points from a lot of guys because he missed games. That's all it was. Shaq is a better receiver out the backfield.
Of
He's more
course.
reliable on the offense because what the way LES runs their offense. That is not expected to do that because that's not how Rep City run their offense. So I think we've seen Shaq do more offensively coming out the backfield, giving them even more of a weapon. So I
He's
think he lost
ba-
this because of the games.
basically like G does with
Correct.
YMM.
Can
You
catch
know what
the
I'm
ball out the
saying?
back. Right. So that was a close one. Next one. Defensive Player of the Year. It was Randy from Primetime, Mims from DG, Courage from PME. Mims will win this award. Courage had 10 sacks this year. I think Randy had 7. Mims has 6 interceptions with one run back. What is your thoughts, Lou?
It's a given. I can't put a safety or a corner and compare, like I can compare Blocker's 10 sacks to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to diminish from it, but it's a totally different category. You know what I'm saying? And Mims showed out this season.
Your thoughts, Ghost?
And the thing with Mims is he did it so nonchalantly. Like, listen, you throw it in my area, it's getting picked. That's pretty much what Mims was doing this season. He did it so quiet that it seemed regular for him. And that's the thing that made it even more great, that he did it with ease. And that's the thing about him being a good defender this year, that he was probably one of their only shining lights on that DG team.
Yeah.
And, he also was decent on offense, but he just had a better defensive game than he did offense this season. And that's why I think he wanted the defensive player of the year.
He was a lockdown player. He was all over the field. And I think turnovers will always be more important than getting a sack.
Yep.
So 10 sacks are great, but 6 picks with 1 run back gives you more possessions.
Yeah.
Now, had Mims had 3 picks, then we could say Courage 10 sacks kind of helped more. But those 6 interceptions and 1 that gave him points, it was hard to give. And then not to talk about the plays that he did break up. We've seen him knock plays down and stuff like that. This year, Mims was the best defensive player in the league. Nothing against Courage, nothing against Randy. It was really came down to Courage versus Mims. I think he was the best defensive player in the league, and that's who did it. And
the only time Givers got that award was way back when Malo of Brick Squad won it, because he had 11 sacks and 1 interception. I think the interception is one of the things that really put him above and helped him win that award. But again, just sacks alone is not going to be favored over interceptions, and I think that's what did it.
And last thing, it's going to be the player's fault, because we used to give Giver the year. But because the guys didn't really appreciate the awards, the league broke down more. Just like we had quarterback of the year. The league took awards away. So because of that, now these guys are going to get pushed into bigger categories, and it's more likely difficult for them to win it, because you're going up against other guys who had much better numbers rather than just a position thing. So you got to call out the players not appreciating an award. I don't put this on the league. I don't put this on the owner. I completely understand. We've seen guys win awards, and we've seen them leave it on the field like it was nothing. So I understand why the league did this. Next one, Offensive Player of the Year. You're going to have Shannon from the Shockers. You're going to have Henry from PME. You're going to have Day Day from LES. And you're going to have Sherm from Street Fan. Day Day will win this award. My thoughts is Day Day was the best offensive player in the league, and what he did for the rest of the guys. He started opening it up for other guys, and we've seen guys like Nunu eat. You know what I mean? We've seen Coles eat. You know what I mean? We've seen Tech eat because of the attention that Day Day started bringing on the offensive side of the ball. I think is why he won Offensive Player of the Year. Your thoughts, Ghost, first.
And the thing about it is the fact that, because remember, we say that when you have a stacked offense, it kind of hurts your chances. But when you are still the focus of the offense, even though your team is stacked, you stand above them. And that's why he was put on a pedestal on that team, because their offense ran through him.
Correct.
Even on times where he didn't get into the end zone, he would get that big play to get them into the end zone. So at the end of the day, that's why he was able to win Offensive Player of the Year, because it wasn't just about the stats. It was about how focused is the offense and how better the offense is because of you. And that's why Day stood above the rest. It wasn't really way beyond. It was really close, but he did stood above the rest.
Question: what was the numbers? How many touchdowns did he have as opposed to Sherm? Because I know Sherm would have been the runaway in the beginning of the season.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was looking like. But then
it just slowed down. Yeah.
Flash just stopped throwing to him. I don't know if he owed him money or what.
Sherm had 8 touchdowns. Day had 8 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and 1 2-point conversion. But he also led the Raiders in catches.
Yeah.
Remember, Slasher started going away from Sherm, which kind of hurt Sherm's number. Sherm started off hot in the beginning.
Yeah,
those 8 touchdowns was early.
But remember, we were saying, it's like that's the only guy he's throwing to. But the funny thing is, like y'all said about him opening up, talking about Day opening up. But then that means that Sherm, you could make that same argument per se of him opening up. But the thing was that he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
They
what I'm
was
saying?
completely not throwing him
Now,
the ball.
yeah. So now
And
the
then
one
Slasher started throwing more interceptions,
right.
which kind of hurts you on the offensive side of the ball. Go ahead, Lou.
So now with Day Day, um, that's a good choice, because we know he wasn't going to get Defensive Player of the Year because he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked food.
Yeah.
Love you,
It's
Day
funny
Day.
that Lou, you had to throw that out there.
Yeah, I had to. I had to. I mean, Daquan. Love you, Daquan.
All right. The last award that we'll go over is the league MVP. You're going to have Mims from DG. You're going to have Corey from LES. You're going to have Day Day from LES. And you're going to have Henry from PME. Henry will end up winning this award, winning the league MVP. What is your thoughts starting with you, Lou?
I think it's a good choice. Without Henry, I don't think that team gets as far.
Can we
I
say
agree.
his numbers at least since he's
Yes.
the
Go
winner?
ahead. Henry, I'll give it to you right now. Henry's numbers, first of all, on the defensive side, Henry had 4 interceptions, ran 1 interception back. Henry had 7 touchdown catches and 1 extra point.
Yeah.
And that was with them rotating quarterbacks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mims had 5 touchdowns. Offensively, Mims had 5 touchdowns, 2-point conversion. He
And
had
he
the
has
6
6
touchdowns and
interceptions.
the
Yeah.
1 run back.
Yeah.
They had 8 touchdowns, an extra point, and 2 extra points, and 1 2-point conversion. And on the defensive side, he had 4 interceptions.
4
and
interceptions
then
and 4 dunks that he got dunked
Corey
on.
had
Yeah.
20. Corey had 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 4 times he was sacked. First of all, they got taken out the running because they gave up big plays on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Big plays.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is what hurt him for Defensive Player of the Year, and it definitely hurt him for MVP. We've
Right.
seen him go up against some top players on other teams and lose that battle. You can't say you're the most important player when it's time they need you to make a play and you don't. Mims' team was still a wild card team. It's hard to say you're the best player in the league when your team's still dragging in as a wild card.
Yeah.
So that hurts you. You know what I'm saying? Mims had 5 touchdown catches, 2 2-point conversions, 6 interceptions, 1 run back. Those are MVP numbers. Henry's was a little better, and Henry's team was the number 1 seed. They finished number 1 as DG finished 4th, which their numbers hurt Mims winning MVP.
So basically, you're saying without Mims, they
They're
would
still a bad team.
They're still a bad team. Yeah. That's
So
a good
my
point.
thing is, if Henry doesn't have those big numbers, then Mims possibly say. But again, you take Mims out of DG, they're still a bad team.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: if they were not a wild card team, I think he would win it. If they were third division, third place in the division, second place, he would be a shoo-in to win it. But because, like you said, without him, they'd still be a wild card team. That says so much about how you're the most valuable player when your value doesn't help your team play better.
Corey had 20 touchdown passes, but Ramsey had 20 touchdown passes. Slasher had 19. So with this offense, you were supposed to put up more. You know what I'm saying? He missed, I believe, 2 games, which also hurts him. But with this offense, 20 touchdowns is not enough. That's a regular season. You got to get a little higher. I need to see 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why Corey didn't win it. Yeah. And go ahead, y'all thoughts. Who was talking? Lou, you gave your point.
Yeah, I gave mine.
Go ahead, Ghost.
Listen, and I say this, Henry was the best player in the league this year. It's besides Mims, there was nobody better than Henry. Henry came in, no matter what quarterback was on the field, no matter what defense was lined up, he played consistent throughout the season. And you know how we said, when Rel comes in, they start off slow or whatnot? Not Henry. Henry is not that player. This season, he was locked in from game 1 all the way to game 8. And that is why he is the MVP of the league, because he showed that in every single game where he was going to be the best player on the field anytime he stepped on it. And that's why he won.
All right. Those are the awards. Shout out to those guys. Definitely have to give them their props. Now we'll get to the game. Monarchs versus PME. Monarchs is coming in off of beating LES to go to the championship. PME is coming off of beating Shockers to go to the championship. Both teams that have their 8 players. They'll all be present. PME came in as the favorite to win because of what they did in the regular season. Give me your thoughts on PME, Lou, and you give me your thoughts on Monarchs Ghost. Starting with you, Lou.
PME, they played well this season. You know what I'm saying? They had a offense that put up numbers even while their quarterback missed some games, and their defense was respectable. The only thing is that they were playing the Chivo, which is goat in Spanish, just in case you didn't know. And look, they made 3 out of the last 3 championship games. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the first one 2 years ago. They didn't have as much. The draft picks weren't as talented as the ones that they had the last 2 years.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So, they've played well the last couple of years, in spite of Rel not being there for a few games.
Ghost, your thought on Monarchs.
This team earned their way through all of the playoffs because they were not picked to go anywhere further than where they went last year. Now, granted, they were a wild card last year and they went to the Final Four. So people, most people would watch this team and say, you know what? The way they're starting already, they're probably going to be another Final Four team. And you know what? They're in the championship. So this team, no matter what the criticism, no matter what the opinions that people had, they were on a mission and they pretty much, they're still on it. But the fact that they were able to make it to the championship shows that they wanted it more than most of the teams that they faced. And that's why they're here. They have the talent to do it. They just weren't really able to connect in the regular season. And it seems like as soon as the playoffs started, they were off to the races, and that's why they're here right now.
All right, real quick, I'll give you the tail of the tape. My biggest keys, we're going to know that Monarchs will win this game. But the biggest keys I thought coming into the game was on PME side, a devastating pass rush with the most dangerous secondary in the league. Led the league in interceptions with 14. Tied with Primetime and I believe it was Street Fan. On the other side, the Monarchs, they come in with Mo, who has scored 5 touchdowns in 2 games. With this game, it'll be 7 touchdowns in 3 games. You know what I'm saying? He was the hottest guy in this playoff run. And Chuck coming to a championship, first one in 4 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that coming in, especially the way the team started off in the beginning to the run that they made, was their type of armor. And on the other side, like I said, PME coming in with a ferocious pass rush with the most dangerous secondary in the league. Yeah. So that was the tails of the tape coming in. We'll jump into the game. Monarchs getting the ball first. Okay, here we go. First down, Chuck is blitzed by Carmine, blocked by Will, rolls right, throws it out in the middle, low and dropped. We're going to jump right into third down. Chuck on 4 rush, rolls left, throws it out, open in the middle, the pass is high, drop, Monarchs have to punt. They're going to punt and make PME go on 4 now. Lou, if that's the way you start off the game, that is a great starting by PME. They already are the favorite to win this game. And for them to start off with Monarchs struggling is a way the defending champs want to show how you started off. They have the most experience, and this is how you shut them down.
And you know what it is that I believe it was on second down where Carmine rushed. I don't know if Chuck threw, because it was a bad pass. You know what I'm saying? And he threw it short to Sal. So, the pressure may have been getting to him a little bit in the beginning. On that drive.
I'll say this before you go. Sal had that catch in the middle of the field. He dropped that. That was a first down play. And so with Chuck struggling and under pressure, you got to be the one to make that catch. And unfortunately, Sal wasn't able to, and it was forced them to punt.
And what's great about this game is everybody thought the key weapons on Monarchs would have been Tim and Sal in the slots. Yeah, but we're going to see both of them drop some big passes. And the supporting cast like Mo, Lucas, all those guys stepped up. So we're going to jump right back into the game. Rel gets the ball back. First down, Rel with blocking from coverage, throws to Shane, cut in the middle. The pass is behind him, incomplete. Third down, Rel is blitzed by Aaron, who throws to West, low, incomplete. Fourth down, Rel on 4 rush, throws deep to Shane in the end zone, knocked away by Ice. Turning the ball over, goes. Talk about this one.
And the thing about this one, I don't know if it's because Rel was under pressure, because one thing that this Monarchs team was doing from the very beginning, they were sending 2 from both sides, and he goes for Shane, and the defense is there to knock it away.
All right. They get the ball back to Monarchs. Second down after a short pass. Chuck is blitzed by Courage. Just gets the ball up to work on the sideline for a short gain. Chuck takes a hit in the pocket. Lou, this is the key. They wanted to rattle Chuck. They wanted to get hands on him, and they definitely did, and they did it clean. Your thought?
Yeah, and it was a clean hit, and we'll see during the game. The one thing that Courage does get to do is put hands on him, but he doesn't get any sacks. But what happens the next play after this hit?
Well, third down, Chuck throws deep to Mo, who beats Henry cutting in the middle, caught on the sideline for a big gain and a first down. Let me say something about Henry. He's the most cheating safety in the game.
Yep.
Henry's always hungry, and his appetite is for the football. The problem is he leaves coverages open because he's so desperate to make a big play. And for a guy who is as hot as Mo, you cannot do that. And I don't think Henry expected Chuck to challenge him because we know about Henry's makeup speed. The thing is, Mo is fast too, and Lou says Chuck always has at least one shot downfield in that arm. He took it here early, Ghost.
And the thing about this is, if you look, and we're going to talk about this here, and I'm going to point out one thing. We're going to bring it up again. He's in the slot. So if you look in the slot, he runs downfield. Nobody points him out at all. So by the time he comes to Henry, he's already cutting to the side. So regardless of what Henry is doing, Mo already has the inside gap. So as soon as he cuts, Chuck is already throwing the ball. And the thing about Chuck is he is a quarterback that knows exactly where to place the ball where only Mo can get it. So as soon as he's able to get that running lane, the ball is already sailing to him for that big play there.
And you know one thing that people were saying, oh, the defense, Henry and West, no, Chuck knows their weaknesses.
Exactly.
The thing was, Henry got beat. Forget all that he got straight up beat. That's all that was. He just came across and boop. Out, again, if you're flat-footed and the guy's coming at you, I don't know, because I would have to see the aerial view to see what, like you said, nobody pointed him out, but he's coming straight at him.
Yeah.
All right, first down on this one. Next play, Carmine's going to get caught for offsides during his blitz. They're going to lose the blitz. They went crazy saying, well, that shouldn't have been we shouldn't have lost the blitz. It's the offsides. Anytime you do this with somebody other than the giver, it's going to be considered offsides during your blitz. That is one of the rules. Now, UFL is the only league that allows you to blitz from the line of scrimmage. All the other leagues, you have to be 5 yards out. Well, 5 yards out gives the quarterback an advantage because he can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So being able to blitz from the line of scrimmage gives you, the quarterback, the disadvantage. The only thing is, if you make the mistake on the blitz, then you lose the blitz on a penalty. You don't get it back. So you try to give one, take one, give one. They don't understand that. I don't understand how guys get so confused in the playoffs rather than they knew it all season. We've done this for the last few years. So I don't understand the argument. You could clearly see his offsides. What's your thoughts, Lou and Ghost, about this?
Yeah, like I said, it was clear. You know what I'm saying? And the way you explained it, there's no other explanation. You can't make it any clearer than that.
And the thing is, Carmine knew that he got caught on the offsides. He knew. And the thing about it is, Chuck knew he was coming, and that's why he delayed his hike.
Yo.
Yep. All right. Let me rephrase. Pause. Listen. Listen. Chuck knew that the blitz was rushing in.
Right.
He knew where the blitz was rushing in from. Right. So because of that, he delayed the hike and made Carmine step over and then cause hike, catch them offside. And Chuck knows the rules. So as soon as the blitzer gets a flag on him, you lose the blitz because it's on a blitzing play. So that's why I was explained, and that's the thing that they got to understand, because they said you can't have both the flag and you get the blitz taken away. But you got the blitz taken away because of the flag. That's how it works. It's cause and effect. You got a blitzer, a flag on the blitz, you lose the blitz. That's how it works. Unfortunately, they got caught sleeping on that, and they got the blitz taken away.
And that would have been they could have held downfield during the blitz.
If it's during the blitz play,
and you still would lose the blitz because you got a penalty while you was blitzing. All right. First and goal, Chuck finds Mo cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. If you look here, Mo runs his route, unguarded, and scores. Tell me about this, Lou.
Well, bad defense by PME. You know what I'm saying? The dude already caught a bomb on you. You got to pay attention to him, and then you lose him. How? What are you doing? What are you doing, number 2 defense?
All right. PME gets the ball back. After getting the first down, Rel is blitzed by Bell. Blocked by Courage. Rel throws to Shane on the sideline for a decent game. Second down. Rel on 4 rush. Throws deep to Henry in the gap. The pass is low and knocked away by Leak. But if you look here, Chad is wide open. Ghost. The guys were complaining that Rel was not looking for everyone. He was looking for Shane, and then he would look for Henry. He left guys like Chad, and Chad got frustrated, but you can see here, he's open, and he's not looking for him.
But you got to understand, Rel is under pressure in almost every single play. So what I mentioned before in other games prior is that when Rel is under pressure, he's going to look for his comfort receivers, and that's Shane, that's Javon. Those are his surefires in moments like that. So he's under pressure all the time. You're going to see him throw the ball to Shane almost every single time. Until they change the fact that Rel is under pressure, this is going to keep happening. Now, granted, Chad is wide open downfield. Nobody near him. So I can understand him being upset. But understand, as long as Rel is under pressure, this is going to keep happening.
And but the one thing is we got to give Mike, if I'm not mistaken, it was Mike who tipped that ball.
Yes.
Which that was a good throw. You know what I'm saying? Because if he gets it over his fingertips, nobody's arguing.
But that's why I said the ball is a little low, because this dude is open.
as far as right.
Yeah, he's open. It's just the ball was thrown a little too low, and that's what gave the defender a chance to take it. Yeah.
And if you show the drone view, it's ridiculous how open he was.
Yeah.
And the problem is he's not looking for Chad.
Right.
When Chad was show what he could do, this guy's a 2-time champ. He's an all-star. He gets open. They wasn't looking for Chad. All right. Third down, Rel on 4 rush. Throws to Javon in the middle, getting him to the 15-yard line. Fourth and goal, Rel on 4 rush. Throws to Shane, cutting in the back of the end zone. Low, picked off by Leak, who runs it all the way to the 40. He missed his throw. Terrible throw. Your thoughts, Lou? Go ahead.
Well, the pressure, the pressure right there had him throw that ball in a rush, like Ghost said, that when the thing with Rel is, you see 2 weeks ago in the final, or whenever the Final Four was, he had time. In this game, you're not going to have that time, and that's what my keys to the game were. How much pressure they're going to be able to put on Rel. Because we already know the Shockers gave them no pressure. So now you got Aaron is actually pushing through Courage. So, that giving them,
pushing him back, right.
He's pushing him back. So now whoever's rushing can put that pressure on Rel.
And this is coaching.
Yeah.
You're supposed to adjust. You have Will, a.k.a. Baby, on the sideline. You go with 2 blockers.
Right.
They never brought Will in the game.
You know what's funny? That's what Baby said about that's why you ain't win Coach of the Year.
Because you know why? Listen, Aaron is a good pass rusher, but Aaron is straightforward.
Right.
Yes.
You put Will in, that's body for body. Then you use Courage. You use Courage to get the extra guy coming in because Courage can move.
Right.
Yeah.
Will can't.
Right. Yeah,
that is what a coach does to adjust.
Yeah.
Coach of the Year. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. These are the adjustments you have to make if you know they're sending 2 all game.
Yeah.
And your quarterback struggle. A lot of them said that is because they were wearing black and they would change their color. No, it wasn't. The pressure was coming.
Yeah.
There was too much pressure.
Green and black are different unless you're colorblind.
All right. Monarchs get the ball back. Third down at the 47-yard line. Chuck throws to Lucas cutting in the gap for a nice gain and a first down. If you look here, the defense is not picking up the slot receivers. You got to account for Lucas. He's been killing also. And again, the number 2 defense in the league led the league in interceptions. You got to be able to adjust because Chuck is not going to give you opportunities to turn the ball over. So you got to make the opportunities. And I think they're not. They're playing too far back and they're giving them too much leverage. Chuck is then blitzed by Carmine. Throws the belt on the sideline, getting him to the 15-yard line. Third and goal at the 5-yard line. Chuck finds Simi cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Lucas gets the extra point, 13-0. If you look here, Timmy with a delayed route left wide open. Now, PME would challenge if Tim was in. Ghost, take me through the challenge before we talk about the play and tell me what happens with the play.
Well, first of all, we already knew that the play stands. That's why you added the extra point. So we already know. The thing about this is, the challenge, it was successful because we saw, I believe, his arm get down before anything else. His body was in. So at this point, this was not a good challenge at all. The refs was right there. They saw it. Everybody else saw it. Tim was in the end zone for the touchdown. There was no argument there.
And I think Henry told them to challenge. And he challenged.
Yes, and he told Doughboy to challenge. Doughboy challenged. This was not a good challenge because Tim was in. And the thing about it is this was on fault of the defense because they did not understand that Tim can do a delayed route. They thought he was going to stay the block. And on two rush, he runs out wide open in front of the end zone. Nobody moves with him.
But look what Carmine is at. Carmine is coming from the left side.
Yes.
Tim is lined up on the right side.
Yes.
Tim gets a quick flare, and Carmine, a great pass rusher, cannot cover. Not a cover guy. He's not known for his coverage. But you're not even lined up. If you're going to blitz in, or however you're going to do, wherever Timmy's at, that's the side you want to be on. But they don't, and they leave Timmy wide open for a delay, caught everybody sleeping, easy touchdown. Your thoughts, Lou?
Well, could it be, okay, I see what you're saying as far as he should line up on the same side as the blocker, but could it be you don't think you can get past Timmy, so let me line up on this side. I got a straight shot at Chuck.
But now if he rolls players out,
right?
And that's
I'd rather listen. Carmine's job is not to only sack Chuck; it's to bring pressure and so courage could come up for a rush. Carmine is on the wrong side because he leaves Timmy wide open to flare out to the right. So I don't understand how you can get caught because you expected Timmy to block courage and then leave you with the straight shot, but that doesn't work. You still need to line up on that side with Timmy because Timmy will be your responsibility if he goes out.
Right.
They got caught on this. They got caught.
Caught sleeping. And the thing is, I've seen Timmy do that before where he'll catch the ball and, there's no need for that, Timmy.
That dive. I don't know why he does that dive. He was an easy play. But he's dramatic, so that's what he does. But it's still a great route, still great play. They knew this was coming because you could see this was a play called.
Right.
So I don't know if they called this play or this is an option route with Timmy just recognizing what's going on and Chuck picking up the same thing. But both guys play for Carver, so they kind of know how this goes.
I think if anything, it might have been. We could say I think it would be safe to say it was a design play because it's like, wow.
All right, 13-0 Monarchs. Rel then with 3 passes for a nice gain, getting them a first down, stops the clock. Second down, Rel with blocker from Carver, throws to Harry in the gap, but only for a short gain. Third down, Rel on 4 rush, throws to Shane in the back of the end zone. Incomplete. If you look here, it's open in the gap. Ghost, he's only looking for Shane. That's what his own offense was complaining about. What's your thoughts on that?
And again, look at this play. Look at every single play. We're mentioning that it's on 4 rush. He's throwing the ball because he's under pressure every single time. So like we said, he's going to go to Shane on these plays where he's under pressure. He's uncomfortable in the pocket. So something got to change. They're getting mad at Reto, but nobody's there to protect him. Courage is not enough. And that is why these things are happening the way they're happening. So you can't only get mad at Rel. Somebody has to protect Rel, and courage is not enough on plays like this.
Last play before half, Rel on 4 rush, throws to Javon in the middle of the end zone, tipped by Tim, knocked away, incomplete, taking us into the half, 13-0 Monarchs. Go ahead, Lou. What was your thoughts? Go ahead.
No, that was, Timmy had it in his hands, and that's some dangerous plays where the ball is tipped and it ends up being a touchdown. They were fortunate that they left out of there without a score. You know what I'm saying? But again, the pressure is forcing him to not to be. Again, we go back to the Final Four where he had all day. Rel was picking the defense apart. You can't do this in this game. What it is they didn't trust Will. That's what it comes down to. They don't trust Will. Will, he doesn't have good feet. We know that. but he could be able to give you at least a second, if
Especially
anything.
with Aaron, who's a straightforward. He doesn't have moves. Aaron is a power rusher. So you know what? That's where Will helps me because Will can use power, doesn't need technique. I leave courage to help when they send help. That's when I'm going to give more time, and what that gives me. That's 3 guys. I still got 4 receivers.
Right.
Yeah.
Still got 4 receivers.
Right.
You still got Henry, Wes, I'm putting Chad,
Chad
and Shane.
And Shane, yep.
That's it right there. I'm sitting Javon down. I'm putting in Will to give Rel more time. They never adjusted to it. I didn't understand it. There's no kickoffs. If you're not going to use Will, don't have him on your roster because you're wasting time with him. Ghost, your thoughts?
And listen, if I'm gonna talk about the Monarchs, listen, this is genius of them sending 2, and that's gonna be the difference maker in this game because they're keeping Rel under pressure and uncomfortable. That is what's really making the difference for this game. And the thing with Chuck is, one thing that he's favoring is a lot of the slot receivers. Again, we mentioned it early in the first half. They're not following these slots. The linebackers are supposed to be the ones to notice the guys in the slots and point them out for the safeties because there's no communication between the linebackers and the safeties. By the time they get downfield, there's a big play waiting to happen. We're going to see more of that later in the game, but they got to adjust on defense, and the Monarchs notices this, and that's why they're going to take advantage in the second half.
And you know, the Monarchs, again, we got the Chivo, and you got players on there with experience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That are smart enough to know how to play. Like again, they're kind of playing far back because Rel isn't necessarily a check down type of dude with the speed that you got on that team. You know what I'm saying? And it's not working. I really don't understand how you could have had. I don't know if you could have had Doughboy.
But I agree with what you said real quick. And listen, the guy's got experience. Ice won a championship here.
Right.
Ice has a title with Monarchs, and he's been to a championship with YMM.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike and Bell both won with Monarchs before and was in Final Fours. I know guys look at them, oh, they're not playing the EHS. They're not playing BQFL. It doesn't matter. They played in UFL. They know the rules. They know the situations. They have experience. And I think they didn't really respect the experience that these guys have in this league. Because this is what it's all about. Whatever league you're playing in, that's what it's all about. Your experience and your ability to adjust to that league. And I don't think that those guys, led by Cass, got enough credit for what they've done with their career in UFL.
And you know, the other thing is Leak was big in this half too with the interception. And you know what it is that remember, like we said earlier in the beginning of the show, how nobody thought I'm not surprised that they made it this far. Why? Because I was saying their team, everybody hasn't come together. Once that team, everybody was on the same page and everybody was there on the field, they gelled. So, you know, you play a few games, now you know each other's traits.
Right. All right, we'll jump into the second half. Rel throws to Javon in the gap for a decent game. After getting the first down, Rel, with blocker from Courage, throws to Jaquan in the gap off target, knocked away by Mo. But if you look here, Javon is open on the sideline. He's missing people. They already switched to the white. And so he's not doing the colors. He's just missing guys. You can't say it's the colors anymore. He's just missing guys, and it's led by the pressure, like Ghost said earlier. Second down, Rel is blitzed by Aaron. Rolls right with blocker from Courage. Throws to Javon in the middle, high, incomplete.
Javon stayed back to block.
Yeah.
So now you're getting the pressure, and Javon leaks out. And that's why, you know, he overthrew him because you got that daggone pressure in your face.
Yeah, that pressure is causing
that pressure was killing them.
That pressure is going crazy. Third down, Rel on 4 rush. Throws to Jaquan, cutting in the middle for a nice gain. Getting him near the 15-yard line. Got to get Jaquan involved in the offense. You got to. I know he gets caught up on the defense and there's so much offensive weapons, but this guy was a former offensive player. You got to get this boy the ball, guy the ball, and they do here. 4th and goal. Rel finds Javon open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Henry gets the extra point. 13-7. They get back into the game. Before y'all go, check this out. First of all, they got lucky on that play. Very lucky on that play. That was a miscommunication by Monarchs because that was the throw that Javon popped up open. That was a mistake by the Monarchs more than them making a play. But because of the way the UFL go, even though it was 13-0, that's not a huge lead. If this touchdown gets them right back in the game, your thoughts, Ghost?
And the thing about this is, early in the game, there were moments where Javon was open, along with other guys that were open in certain parts of the field. And Rel is finally able to find him in the end zone. And I think that play to Jaquan was one of the plays that really made a difference, because they were all the way back with Rel under pressure in almost every single play. So finally you got these other guys in the into the drive to get them into the score. This was much needed, because if they didn't score here, you pack it up early. This game was over if they didn't score on this drive right here.
And you know what? On this play, Mo, who's playing corner, is looking at Rel. Javon runs right past him. So instead of looking to see where he went, he's still looking at Rel.
Because he didn't expect him to throw it to Javon. I think that's what it was.
Shoot, you're in the daggone end zone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? At least look.
I don't know why he think that.
Who the heck is there? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, because they left, I think, they left Ice with two people back there.
Yep. All right, Chuck gets the ball back on 4 versus. He scrambles with Warren and Courage. Throws it to Timmy on the sideline for a decent game. Courage just missed it. Courage run pressure every day. And it has nothing to do with him not getting sacks. He still brung pressure all day. The secondary didn't help him. They need to be playing a little more depth to make plays to help him out.
But I'm going to say this. The reason why we emphasize this play is because this is all Chuck. Because if you look in the beginning of the play, Courage gets by Will here.
Right.
He gets by. And Chuck scrambles, but he knows exactly how to scramble. Normally, quarterbacks, they scramble, they run all over the place because they're, getting chased. Chuck knows exactly how to shift and move to avoid getting sacked. And look, if you look here, he avoids Courage twice while he's scrambling and is still able to focus and make the throw to get yardage on this play. This is all Chuck, and the fact that he has so much experience in the pocket, avoiding the pressure and still making that play, that is all Chuck. You got to give him credit for a play like that.
Third down at the 44-yard line. Chuck with blocker from Will runs in the gap for a decent gain and a first down. If you look here, the defense stopped sending 2. What's going on with that, Ghost?
They just have Courage rushing in, and because of that, the offense is, with their blockers, is able to stay comfortable in the pocket, and Chuck is able to keep the chains moving. And I think that's the thing that they went away from. They have Carmine dropping back on defense in the secondary. Listen, I like Carmine, big fan of his when he's putting pressure on the quarterback, but he is not a defender. He's not a coverage defender. So he's not going to help you in the secondary. He's not. So you're wasting him on the field like that. And because of that, Courage is left getting blocked by Will and sometimes even Timmy, and he's not necessarily putting pressure on Chuck when he's plays.
Why would you go away from what worked on the whole playoffs, Lou?
I'll tell you why. Because it wasn't going to work this game.
Why?
You see, because of the fact that when you played the Shockers had no one to block. You had one guy, Timmy, and Will. You're not getting past them.
But you still send the pressure.
Yeah, no, they should have. That's without a doubt.
Sending one just gives them more time.
Yes, that's without a doubt.
So I'm sticking to it worse. I don't care who's the team. I'm not adjusting to you. You're gonna adjust to me.
And then the thing is that I was telling Ghost that 6-7, you giving Chuck 6-7 seconds. By that time he finds someone, all Courage could do is get a hand on you.
Yep.
Yes. And my thing is, worst case scenario, you take Carmine out on those plays. If you're not having a rush in, add Chad to play as a linebacker. Have somebody quick that can lead. Yes, that's my point. They didn't adjust.
And that's coaching. All right. First down, Chuck with blocking from Timmy and Will, rolls right, throws to Lucas in the gap, almost picked off by Jaquan. If Jaquan holds this, he takes us to the house.
Big drop.
He takes us to the house. And a lot of people question Jaquan's hands.
And mind you, because remember, he was a cornerback in college, so corners don't be having good hands. So
if he takes this, he takes this to the house, completely changes the game.
Different game.
Yes.
Second down, Chuck is blitzed by Carmine, blocked by Will. Chuck throws him more in the middle for a decent game. Monarchs can't get any further. They'll have to punt. Great job by them, Lou. At the end of the day, they shut down Monarchs passing attack, forcing them to punt. That's the win if I'm PME.
Yes, they stepped up. The only downside was they didn't get the interception. That was a pick six all day.
Correct.
Which was a big play.
All right, remember, it's only 13-7. Rel throws the chain on the sideline for a decent game. Second down, Rel throws the chain again on the sideline for a decent game and a first down. But if you look here, Henry is wide open deep in the gap. He's missing receivers, guys. Your thoughts, though?
I mean, this was big, and the thing about it is, I don't think he was under pressure on this play. I think he was just looking for Shane here. And because of that, he missed Henry here. And one thing that Henry was upset on the field because he's not looking for him. He's not looking for him. Shane has been the main receiver in this game all game. And at this point, you got to look for somebody else. You have to. I understand Shane is reliable on the field, but you got to look for your other receivers. And because of that, that's one of the reasons why Rel is struggling out there.
Second down, Rel is blitzed by K-Mac, blocked by Courage, throws to Shane on the sideline, knocked away by Leak. But if you look here, Henry is wide open. First of all, this is the one that my daughter will get hit. You can see it. And she tried to be a player and stay in the game. She got hurt. Her piercings was bleeding. She wanted to stay in. She was a little shaken up. But when you see it, like we show players getting hit, she took a spill on this one, Ghost.
And listen, I blame Rel for this. Because if he would have threw the ball to Henry, this would never happen. So now the missing throws, you're getting bystanders hit. Like, come on, man. Listen, I don't even care about the outcome of this game. You got my niece leveled on the field. Look at this.
Yo, she got leveled. She got leveled.
You see the camera flying.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, yo, she's here doing her job. Innocent bystander. And because Rel wants to force another pass to Shane, he gets her hit. Like, come on. Henry's open the gap.
Goes. Remember how we talk about how we be missing getting hit on the field and poor DC's on the sideline. But you know what, Jay? Make sure you give him my number so DeJesus can file a claim against UFL. I'm gonna get workers' comp. No, that was. I'm glad she was okay. I didn't even realize that she got hit.
Yeah, she got hit, and you can see that.
Leak was remorseful. He actually was trying to stop the game to make sure she was okay. So I appreciate him understanding, what happened on the field because he felt really bad,
And you see that the cameras, they're there because those shots are important for the challenges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're there doing their job, and she got hurt. She tried to stay in the game, but she was really shaken up. And again, Rel missed Henry.
Yeah, he had Henry there. The defender was maybe 2-3 yards behind him, but that's if you throw it right to him, there's no way that, he can defend against that.
4th and goal after a short pass. Rel throws to West open in the front of the end zone. That's going to be dropped. Turnover on downs. Now, I've seen a lot of guys joke at West about this. West has to make this catch. The score is 13-7.
Wakanda.
If
West,
he catches this ball,
tie game.
The game is tied.
Yes,
with a chance to take the lead.
Here's the thing. You're a draft pick. You gotta make big plays, buddy. I don't understand. It wasn't the sun. It wasn't the lights. It was just a drop.
Yeah.
And he made no excuse. Because when I spoke to him after the game, he made no excuse. He manned up about it. But you can man up about it all you want. You couldn't fuck that ball.
Yeah.
Especially when your quarterback is missing people.
Yeah, he's a top player.
But you know what it is also? He only threw you the ball once.
Yeah,
I think this
he barely threw him the ball.
So
we know how cold it could be. You've been running routes, and then all of a sudden the ball. Again, you still got to make the catch.
Yeah.
But you froze this guy out the whole game. He barely touched the football, and now you throw it, and the hands sometimes just happen. But West has to make this catch. This game is tied.
But you know what? Henry's in the back of the end zone too. If you know,
doesn't matter. Listen,
I'm just saying that
I hear it.
Yeah.
West is wide open in the middle. He got to catch that. Listen, when your name is called, you got to answer. And West did not answer. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
All right, first down. Chuck is blitzed by Carmine, who's blocked by Will. Chuck throws to Lucas on the sideline, who runs in the gap for a nice gain. Lucas has been a very important signing. He gave somebody that could take the top off the defense, and you just can't worry about Mo going downfield because Lucas could do the same thing. Third down at the 45-yard line. Chuck on 4 rush throws deep to Mo, who has a step on Jaquan. Caught in the end zone for the touchdown. Los gets the 2-point conversion. 21-7 Monarchs. Tell me about this, Lou.
It wasn't a step. It was a couple of steps. You know what I'm saying? They had on him. And now, could 28-year-old Jaquan had made could stayed up with him? Probably. You know what I'm saying? You're 34 years old now. Mo's too fast for you. Remember, he just 2 years ago when he had the Achilles injury?
Yeah.
And again, Chuck taking advantage. That's what veterans do. They take advantage of matchups. You know.
And another thing with defenders is you get caught backpedaling. As soon as the receiver turns those engines on, you're beat. And if you look here, he's backpedaling while Mo is running full speed. Mm-hmm. You're not catching him. I don't care if you're faster than the guy. Because you're backpedaling like that, and he's already running full speed, you're not catching him, especially when the ball is already thrown. These are designed plays to beat defenders, especially fast defenders. And you get caught back. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ghost. They beat two of their best defenders.
Right.
Saquon is a great defender. Yeah. Henry's a great defender. But you know what? And Chuck went after both of them.
Yeah, and you know what it is too, Jay, and Ghost? It's basically the same play.
Yeah.
Henry was backpedaling, you know.
And you know what's crazy? Both of the guys he had them run the routes against, both his teammates. Because Jaquan was Chuck's former teammate on Carver. Yeah. You don't think Chuck knows what Jaquan likes to do as far as his coverage?
Well, sure.
Same thing with Henry?
Yeah, and the thing is, he plays against him on a regular doing, you know what I'm saying? So you already know.
21-7. So after PME drops the touchdown, Monarchs takes advantage and scores right back. That was huge. That was pretty much the game. Rudd gets the ball back on first down, throws deep to Shane, open on the sideline, off target, out of bounds, incomplete. We have said Shane's name more than we ever said his name in his career.
And it's not over yet.
Third down, Rudd throws to Shane in the gap for a nice gain and the first down. I guess Shane was the only one outside. He was the only one outside because Rudd was only throwing to him. And you can't say because guys are not getting open. And this frustrated the offense, Lou. It frustrated the offense entirely. That you see an offense that has the most firepower in the league kind of look like they were shooting blanks early.
I don't know what, you know, because you're going to the guy that you're used to throwing to for years, right? But that wasn't the only guy you threw to during the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of difficult to understand it.
All right, Rudd with blocking from Courage, throws deep to West, open in the gap, caught in front of the end zone for the touchdown. They go for the extra point, which goes as a booth review. Ghost, take me from the touchdown to the extra point booth review.
First of all, this pass to West, wide open. It seems like none of the defenders responded or reacted to West cutting in the gap. By the time he cut, it was the ball was already coming. The ball was already going to him. It was a touchdown all day. The thing about it is, if this happened earlier with West catching a touchdown and then making this one, different game. Completely different game. You know, he's trying to make up for it now. He does. It's a little too late in my opinion, and basically the way the game broke down. But this was a good touchdown that they needed earlier.
And
now,
what about the extra point?
In terms of the booth review, it would be complete. It would because they weren't sure exactly how if he was in the end zone. This was by Twan. We look at it and it looks like the ball crossed the plane, so it counts, and that leaves the score 21-14. Listen, regardless of what, this was a touchdown that was much needed. I don't think they have enough time, but this is something that they needed from earlier. I think it was just too little, too late.
All right, Chuck throws the bell in the gap for a decent gain, killing the clock. All right, second down. You're gonna have Chuck call a hike. They're gonna run the famous what? Carver play. First of all, who should have known this was coming? Wes, Henry, Jaquan, Doughboy. So if you look here, Timmy runs going across the middle. Mm-hmm. He's going to push Courage, which is a hit of the middle. Mm-hmm. But if you look where Carmine is at, he's playing, that has to be man. He goes with it and kind of screens off Courage.
Yeah.
He blocks Courage for them. Takes the play over and gives Chuck a free release to run out. I told you, Carmine is not a cover guy. First of all, if you look at this play, if he's a man, he's beat.
Yeah.
He's beat. But because he's behind the play, he runs into Courage. Because even if Timmy pushes Courage has the speed to go get Chuck. But because he runs into Carmine, Chuck gets a free release to run the ball and get the play. We did a booth review, wanted to look if there was actual contact. Yeah. You look and you see the contact. Monarchs will end up killing the clock to end the game. But give me your thoughts on the hit in the middle of the Carver play.
Like I said, at first I didn't see it. I was wondering what it was, but you do see Timmy extend the arm, which allows Chuck to run. And
the thing about it is, first of all, Courage stood there and watched it happen, and Carmine runs into Courage to stop Courage from trying to make the tag on Chuck. So my thing is, if you're a coach like Doughboy, if you're players like Henry and West, you know what's coming. They need the first down so that they can run the clock out. You need to stop them because you're trying to save your timeouts. So you should have known this was coming. And the fact that nobody picked it up, and it seems like nobody picks up this play. It's the patented Carver play that they've been doing for over has it been over a decade? It's been more than a decade. And nobody's picked it up every time it's run. And they get another one. You know, Chuck gets another one by another defense. And they get the first down, like you said, they're able to run out the clock. Listen, this is just patented Chuck managing on the field, being an on-field manager, and he is one person that has pretty much perfected this when it comes to running out the clock and sealing games. You got to give him credit for that. He's very consistent with that.
Go ahead, Lou. What you thought about the play?
The play was again the Carver play that they've been running for years. The only thing that I could think of is they're just trying to get the ball back and totally forgot that even existed.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, the GOAT knows how to run the clock.
Yeah.
But then you got to play man. I'm playing man. They start the ball at the 15. I'm playing man that whole time. I'm not even letting you get these yards.
You're right. And you know what it is that you got to remember. Okay, the coach misses it, but how about the veteran players?
They should know. Henry and West should know the Carver play is coming.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt, know that.
And Jaquan should know.
Yep.
Right.
All right, we're going to go to the interview. And we'll come back and we'll get our final thoughts with the guys. So we'll be right back.
Chuck. What are you feeling right now? Tell me, first of all, what did you feel when you saw Quad come on to do the coin toss?
That was amazing. That was a great idea. We obviously Carver played here 3 straight years in the chip. And without Pam's being here, she represents, like you said, not only us as Carver, but Pam's was football, it was TFL football. Everywhere there was a chip, he was there. Everything he could do to help somebody, he was always there. So that was dope.
Chuck has won 3 titles mid-draft era. He has not won a championship in the draft era. What are they going to say now? You got one in the draft era.
And you erase that part, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's dope. It's dope because since it's the draft era, people don't realize if I get picked first, we pick last in the second round. So it ain't like we're getting the best of the best for us now. And then now I get thrown into with other players and stuff like that. But what's dope about it is now, like, these dudes is like my family too. So, you know what I mean? We built the bond over 2 years, so this made it that much more special.
Mo wins championship MVP. Mo has been killing the whole playoffs. 7 touchdowns in 3 games. What was it between y'all dudes?
In case of emergency, break glass, right? So Mo was in the glass case. So throughout this season, I know Mo could do because I seen him play against him. But I had to learn how to use him, how I'm going to use him. Like, where does he fit in, whatever. And throughout the season, we wouldn't have everybody there. So his role would have to change depending on who's there. And then a few games we had everybody there, I started figuring it out. So I figured out when the playoffs came, everybody was there, and then you see what happened. He's super fast.
What did you learn about the Monarchs once they drafted you and brought them in, especially between Kaz and Mike?
They just want to win. I mean, yeah, they want to play and stuff like that, but they just want to win. So they'll do friendships and they don't do that, whatever. You know, if you playing well, then you're going to play and stuff like that, whatever. So that's all they're worrying about. And they're big on friendship that turns into family. So, and that's why I said that's what we kind of became.
You go back in the draft now. I know that's kind of far down the line. You want to enjoy this moment. What's your thoughts? What stock did you think you put up on yourself going back? We love you, Chucky!
I think, I mean, depending who else is in the draft, I might go number 1 again. Is there a record on how many times you can go number 1?
We gotta look that up.
I don't know.
Last question. A nice $1,000 right before Christmas.
Yes.
What is that like?
Don't let my kids see this. The money is always, extra, comes at the right time, whatever. That's just a blessing, whatever. But I just thank God I'm gonna be 52 next year. I'm able to still play, able to take hits like that and stuff like that, and get up and still enjoy it and stuff like that. The winning is just a plus on top of that.
We're gonna thank Chuck. He's been criticized. The GOAT has been criticized for me, Lou, Ghost, about not winning in the draft ever. Yep. He got a championship in the draft ever, and you cannot say you didn't feel Pam's presence on the field today. Shout to these guys. It was technically a Carver Bowl, which they said so. This is what Pams would have wanted. Shout to Chuck. Dealing with the criticism, finally coming out the chip. He got it. It's fourth.
And we stopped their run.
We here with the Monarchs second round draft pick, Sal. Sal, you was on prime time. You get traded to come over here. First of all, what did you think when you heard you've been traded to the Monarchs?
It was something special because I get to play with Chuck again, and especially with the whole Pam situation and everything. I like prime time. I like rocking with them, but in this season I was just happy to just be with Chuck. So I kind of asked for it, and they honored it. So I appreciate them, looking out for me to get to play with Chuck.
You've played here before, but in the All-Star game. Yeah. What is the feeling of playing on this atmosphere in the championship?
Championship games are always different, man. It's a different game than any other game throughout the year. All-Star game for week 1. Well, we grinded. Everybody on Monarchs, man. From guy 1 to guy 15. We all grinded. Every week, week in, week out, we were short, and we came on top, man.
What's the feeling you're feeling right now?
Joy, man. Joy. We won. None better.
How difficult is that PME team?
It's tough. They see the athletes they got. I play with some of them. They're all monsters. Can't take none away from them too. They made it to the championship. They did their thing all year, and we just came on top today.
We're gonna thank Sal for being here. Second round pick. Nice little $5.
Thank you. I appreciate
nice
it.
Over Christmas.
Great league. You guys did an amazing job as always. Appreciate everybody, the refs, your family, everybody every week. You guys, got on time, and you guys did a lot for us.
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
it. Thank
Enjoy
you.
the moment,
Thank
bro.
you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Stephen J. here with Timmy and Mo of the Monarchs, where they just his second title, Mo's first. Mo, you had 7 touchdowns in 3 games in the playoffs. What was it between you and Chuck? Y'all went insane, bro.
It's just all about understanding. Like Chuck make it easy. Chuck make it easy, bro. He said run your route, ball gonna be there, and that's it. I ran my route to the best of my ability. That's it.
You was an all-star last year for Don't Sleep. When you got signed here, it wasn't a big deal. No one made it crazy. Did you kind of feel a certain way that it was like under the radar? Nobody was like, Mo's going there? Like, what was your thoughts when nobody really talked about you?
I mean, like I said, bro, I'm always the type of dude I always make in my head, so that's motivation. The list that they put out this summer, motivation. Me playing with Chuck, motivation. Nobody caring, I don't care about that, man. I just know I got a job to do, and it's put on. That's all I do, man. Put on. I just give it my all, and I just let the pieces fall into place.
Timmy. I know you play with Cass. Say it. I know you play with Carver in the A. I know Ice plays with YMM in the A, but this UFL is different. And a lot of people feel Monarchs has stamped their name in the UFL League as one of the top teams of all time. What would you say about that?
I say that's true because look at the history of the team, Final Four or bust. Final Four or bust.
Come on.
That's the reason why I stayed. The reason why I told you the last time I stayed. This one just mean a little different, man. Greg, OG, and a wild part, OG helped that team last year.
Greg passed away, Pans passed away. Why y'all was so... How was y'all able to stay together?
Hold on real quick. RP Big Mike too, man.
Big Mike too.
Big Mike too, man.
How y'all was able to stay together when all the tragedies happened?
Plug and play. Week 1, we was short. Week 2, we look horrible. we just find a way. Plug and play. We speak to each other, we pick each other up mentally, we checking on each other during the week. It's those little things that I don't know if every other team is doing it, but we doing it. We checking on each other.
Trust your brothers
are good.
Trust
So every when we make these plays and Chuck throws a bomb like that to Mo, even when last week we got picked up, he was like, but that's our brother, we good. We gonna hold him down.
Live and die with him.
Ice. No one, I don't care what no one said, no one picked y'all to be here.
We know.
Let alone win the
We
chip.
know. We know.
What's the feeling? Know that you shocked everybody in the league.
What's your favorite color?
From week one, when we came out and Chuck played, obviously the way he played after Payne's passing, we all went back to the drawing board, made the right necessary pieces and put it together. Right from there, from that 1 week, Chuck said, I like this team. We are going to be special. Nobody believed from that one performance. But shout out to Mo. Shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Los. Boogie. Shout out to everybody that came. Shout out to Aaron. Obviously Aaron is here, but shout out to Sal. You know what I'm saying? Coming in and being a team player.
You just played not only the defending champs, they were the number 2 offense in the league. And y'all had them looking kind of dismal, kind of slowed them down. So what was the mindset coming into this game?
Bad. Shout out to Chuck. A lot of film all week. Taking away what he likes.
Yeah.
You heard? He got a great athletes, but we got to make him a quarterback. Let's see what he can do. The ball can only go to one person.
For the people that don't know, what is it like? Again, you've been here. You know what is it like to play on this atmosphere? With everybody watching, under the lights, 161. What do you feel?
Yo, last time I played here
with YMM,
we lost. It's that get back. You know what I'm saying? That get back is everything. But shout out to, to Cass and Mike for believing in me and letting me come in and get 2 out of 3.
You got 2 of them things. 2 of them things. What was that saying about you?
They're gonna say what they want. Washed up, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't lay.
You washed Ice.
I can't do this, I can't do that.
Ice, you washed up.
Hello. The receipts is here, you heard?
Yeah, we can.
Aaron, you went crazy. You was going against one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to slow Courage down?
It's tough, man. It's tough. He's strong. Ain't low center of gravity. My teammates get on me all the time about being too high, finding leverage. My job was to just make it tough. You know what I mean? Try to get to rail as much as I could. They hit my quarterback too many times. I had to go ahead and hit rail a little bit. Luckily, I made him hit the turf. He made my quarterback hit the turf. But it was a fun game, hard competition, man.
What are you feeling right now, brother?
Sore. And I smell like straight champagne and even going everywhere. But this feeling. The first I was here, I was with the Raiders. That's the first time I got there. Now I finally got one. I feel like Thanos. Like I'm getting to the leagues I need to get to. This was the one though. That's the one that I'm like, I need to get this one, man. This was
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
My man is a champion. Respect him, bro. Stephen J. Here went Bell. Team owner, defensive captain Mike. The other team over, Kaz. First of all, that's cool with that UFL champion. Kind of fire. Shout out to my brother, Buckfellas Wise. He looked out. Give my brother some love, bro. All the stick is provided by him.
Shout out to that, man.
Anyway, Kaz. People say, why would you move on from Ramsey and draft Chuck? People would say, you got Akon, who's a little bit of a, people feel, talented player. A little bit of talented player in South. Why would you do the trade? And then why would you do the pick swap? I looked at it as the Rams after those picks. What is your thoughts now? You got criticized of always trying to be the smartest guy in the room. You kind of look like the smartest guy in the room right now. What would you say right now?
I don't give a damn look. That's the same way the last interview started when we were in 2022. It don't matter. I'm not looking forward to next season when I'm in this season. I had an opportunity. I got my guys, man.
Yes, sir.
Like we had all the motivation in the world. Last year we lost Greg, our brother. That's why I'm emotional. A week before the season, this time we lost Pams. I mean, what better time than now? You know what I'm saying? It's always about now, man. Look, I don't gotta do nothing. The guys woke up, bro. You can't fake that shit, bro.
Yeah, they counted us out.
People say,
learn how to count your numbers.
And I remember Pam saying this when he was playing against Chuck. This is a scary organization, and this is one of the most ran, coordinated, respectable organizations in UFL. And he said it's led by Yatu. Y'all don't get rattled. How are you able to keep the team so together like a brotherhood?
I got him and he got me. I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, you give me a couple of my guys, and it's just.
Cass, we love you, Cass.
Come on, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, we've been doing it. Like, we practiced on this field. Last time we won, it wasn't on this field. So, I don't know. Like, we had all the motivation we needed in the season. Started the season around the first 5 games was pretty rough. We still trying to find out, like, our identity. Chuck made the call. Yo, let's try to get Sal. That was big.
It was tough.
That was some work. That was some work. But we knew if we got Sal and made Chuck comfortable, just that much more comfortable, we know what he brings to the table. We know what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
I think the difference between us and everybody else is when they draft, they look at names. They don't really process how you fit in with another team. And I make sure my sole primary job in the draft is to make sure that regardless of what happens, nobody coming in here thinking they the man, because they always going to fall in line behind us.
Bell, I got 2 titles.
Belly.
This is your first one here. What was it feel like playing on this atmosphere?
I was everything playing here because we grew up playing here. In high school we played here, so undercover brother. They know I got 2. They know I got 2, you know, they be counting us out, but like Cass, even myself, I had to learn. I learned a lot, not being on the field, but it's all about winning at the day. So once you focus on that, you already see how we living now. So everybody going, we still here for a reason, right?
Yeah. Bro, did y'all solidify yourself as one of the biggest teams in UFL?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The resume shows it. The Final Fours, 2 championships, the resume speaks for itself, and that's what it's about.
Mike, last question. How difficult was it? Like, he just made it. He set it up perfect. You lost Greg. That shit, come back, lose Pam's a day before opening day. How was y'all? A lot of teams would have broke up. We seen Tim and Sal go at it with Chuck. Y'all look kind of discombobulated. And now when you read the end of the story, you're here with a title. How was y'all able to keep the team, and especially the core, together in order to keep the goal the same?
You know what it is? In reality, we've been down this road before. You know what I mean?
You know this for you, Mike.
All in all, do your thing, bro. I appreciate you. All in all, we've been down this road. Remember when we won the championship that year with Damo got the injury and all that stuff happened. Remember Bell sat out after that. Damo was ejected, done for the season. It was drastic. It was like, oh yeah, what they gonna do now?
Are they gonna drop out?
Are they gonna drop out? Remember we missed. We went like 7 Ironman for the next 2-3 games. Bell finally came back. And I'm just saying this: adversity is us. We handle adversity. We weather the storm. That's our whole mentality. We stick together.
And just to piggyback off that, I think this season was like no other. Like, we had about 5 more guys, maybe more. Most of them decided to up and join the Shockers with Ramsey.
Wow.
They gonna watch this next week. Wow. J Ball been with us since the start.
Yeah.
He got f***ed up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Loyalty is current. I don't give a f*** about what you did for me. I care about where you at when we get this. That's the only I care about. And these are my dogs forever. That's still my dog. They never know beef. But especially when you put shit on, they ain't no taking it off and putting everything else on.
Yeah.
100%. It just is what it is. In a world where you draft 10 and get iced, and like Ice decides to stay with the game. Like that's character. Every on our team is a character player. You know what I'm saying? Youngest in charge, Jose from Queens.
100%.
We got the young boys, Lucas and them. They came out, showed out like against PME. Like, they said we was outnumbered and we put the little dogs in. And PME up. This is an animal.
Yeah. Yo, just to let y'all know, real talk.
For real.
This is really Tim's stomping ground. No, I met Tim. He had straight nipples. You understand? And he was balling. This is stomping ground. So the win is special, bro.
But another thing, everybody, I feel like everybody on this team play a part, and it was all choreographed, break by break. But shout out to that Mo.
Yeah, 100%.
Comes from another state to play football and right. I heard their athleticism is off the chain. I heard it all. Mo just defeated Thanos. I don't know what to tell y'all.
It's character players.
And Mo played earlier today, stood 3-4 hours. We're going to thank them for being here. Mo had 7 touchdowns in 3 games. 7 touchdowns through the playoffs and the championship in 3 games.
That man got to put him in the drive.
Whoa. We talked about that. It's true. But guys, Mike don't care. They're not worried about next season. They're going to enjoy this moment. And they always find a way to figure it out. I don't know how, but they always figure it out.
Jay, I want you to ask Mike why he didn't go with the Yankee Stadium Monarchs shirt, though.
He was calling it out already. Yeah, that's a fact. He put that in the chat. He put that in the chat.
I put it in the chat, but I didn't have to.
We're going to thank them. UFL champs, Monarchs. Enjoy the moment. Appreciate y'all. Stephen J here with PME. They're here. They're smart. They're chilling. A lot of teams lost here. We've seen them devastated. We've seen these emotional. How are y'all just saw like chilling like a regular day?
Like we upset we lost. I'm gonna replay the whole day. But like I mean, you gotta, like he said, you gotta lose to win. You know, like you don't become champs. We ain't come here 3 times in a row. You know, and like we lose some, we win some. But like, at the end of the day, like we winning in life. So it's like.
Only appreciate losing. They gonna appreciate winning is from losing. So like losing, I'm not saying used to losing, but like you gotta lose to appreciate winning. Like that's just
it be these moments that make you recognize like y'all really love it.
Right, and this to make you come back and play harder. And then also these my boys, bro. Like I've been screaming at Rel, like we be like you trash, boy. Like he said I'm trash. Like that's it. Yeah, we got EHS. Like you know what I mean?
Bro, the offense seems that was the number 2 offense in the league. That kind of started off slow, couldn't get the rhythm. What happened in the beginning of the game?
I think it was just me. Like,
hold on, we went white. We should have wore white from the beginning.
Should have worn white from the beginning.
He was fine with the white.
The black with the sideline, yeah, but I know excuses. Like, regardless of the fact, like, I'm the first one to take the blame. It was all on me. I missed a couple throws. We just had to miss a couple misreads, and I could have helped defense out. Because honestly, if we would have scored 1 time, it was a different game. You know what I'm saying? But I missed a couple drops.
Jaquan, number 2 defense in the league, tied for first for interceptions with 14. How was Mo able to get 2 touchdowns on y'all early?
Mo was a good player, but I'm not gonna. I think Mo's a great player, but I also think it's Chuck drawing up plays to get him in these situations to make him a better player. Like I play with Chuck, Weston played with Chuck. He draw plays to get his players open, and this field is big. Can't guard everybody for 4 or 5 seconds. You got good blockers. You know what I'm saying? Courage can only work so much. Like Chuck drew it up. Like that bomb throw, like I literally called him beforehand. Like he gonna try to run the post, and I said literally like he gonna throw the post this way. I didn't finish the play. Mo and Chuck did, and that's just what it was. Like he drew a play to get him open. That's all.
That throw was. Let's talk about PME's legacy in UFL. You went to 3, even though you didn't win it, 3 titles and won 1, but you made back-to-back appearances. What would that say about PME as an organization? Because this is an A division. So for y'all to go to 3 titles in a row and win 1, what would that say about y'all personally?
We getting better, you heard? Because I remember one time when niggas like, they ain't gonna make out the first round. Now we done made 3 in a row, 1-1. Like, we getting better. That's all I can be happy about.
They gotta go through y'all.
Yeah, like,
I got a question.
You can never don't ever sit here and be like, oh, they ain't worth it. They ain't.
I got one
build up about to get crazy, though.
LeBron went to 9 straight and won how many?
4.
He's still great, though, right?
Still great.
So the GOAT.
What's the mindset now? You go back in the draft. There's 99.9% chance you don't get West and Henry.
Which is crazy because anybody won the draft and draft them and everybody like, oh, y'all got. So it's funny because it was like, oh, y'all got West and Henry. That's the only reason everybody had a chance to get West and Henry.
Everybody had a chance.
But they ain't want to get them. So either you could say we bad GMs or a bad team. But y'all gotta give us credit for one of them. You can't be like they helped us, but also y'all drafted them. Like y'all had time to draft them. And that's all I'm saying about that.
And I want to get on that because I know you heard that a lot.
Yeah, of course. We heard that all the time. We hear that all the time, bro. We been that all the time.
Like it's your fault for drafting.
Y'all only gonna win if Henry and West win, and them is dog. That's why we drafted him. Doughboy, like I said, Doughboy called me. Should we draft Henry and West? I said, the man Woods. Of course we getting them. Pick up both of them. I don't care what it is.
You gave everything you had this game. Got double block, triple block. Was it frustration to you when you seen the defense holding and the offense couldn't back you up by putting up some points?
Nah, never frustrated. I always try to just go out there and go 1,000%. It don't matter what the offense is doing. I know as long as I'm doing my job to the best of my ability, that's all I really care about.
What would you personally say that y'all could have did a little better?
I feel like I could have been better. I feel like I ain't make a big enough impact on the game. That's me. That's me though.
I don't believe that because he was.
That's why
Chuck
we're going as a team.
I've never seen Chuck get beat up as much as he did.
That's why we going as a team.
He got a lot of quarterback hits on
a person like Courage who gave everything still feel like I should have did better. I feel like I had a good game, but I still should have played better for us to win. Like that's how we gonna play. Like he had a bad first half, but had a great second half, and still won the game. He still feel like he should have did better. We should have good, but that's how we gonna be every time.
When this PME starts going into the draft, what are you looking for, or you specifically looking to try to get Henry West back?
If we could get him, of course. If not, like I said, like he just said, we need dogs.
We need dogs. That's it.
I don't need a headache, bro. If I'm being real, I think our team is gonna be good. You don't got a draft play without being a draft player.
I go to war with any. I go to war with five. As long as you got a PME jersey on, I'm going to war with you.
Draft because I don't play both ways, right? No. But they got a draft player on me. You go back.
How about that? Guess we gotta see that first. Sounds good.
How about that?
But you know what? We gotta see it. We're gonna thank PME for being here. No matter what, these dudes went to the title run 3 years in a row. Only IOD and Carver made back-to-back consecutive. They made 3 just like Carver did. 1-1. The team is dangerous, and they have stamped their legacy in UFL. No one can take that away. It's only up from here. Well, thank you for being here.
You already know. Def Card next, you heard? Def Card.
But we still outside. Big fucking Queens in this bitch.
Sure. All right, guys, we're back. We got my man Yeezy here to break down his thoughts of the game. I'm going to get Ghost and Lou's thoughts first like I always do. Then we'll finish up with Yeezy and myself. Ghost, your thoughts first talking about PME.
They didn't adjust to the pressure at all. They didn't. And I think that was one of the difference makers. I know a lot of receivers was complaining that Rel was missing them, but Rel was so worried about the pressure that he only saw 1 or 2 receivers out there consistently. And that was Shane and maybe Javon. Other than that, everybody else he missed. He missed Henry on a lot of plays. Other than that drop touchdown pass by West, everybody else was missed. Jaquan wasn't getting the ball the way he was supposed to. Chad was open downfield. Henry had some passes downfield that he didn't get. So overall, the pressure on Rel was something that this team never adjusted to, and I think that was one of the main things that sealed their fate in this game.
Lou, give me your thoughts on Monarchs.
Monarchs did what they had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already mentioned, people didn't think they were going to get this far. But again, they played a smart game. They sent 2, unlike PME. You know what I'm saying? They gave Chuck enough protection that he didn't really get sacked. You know what I'm saying? The pressure was there, but the pressure was there after 6-7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they were able to again, they played great defense. They weren't known as a great defensive team, even though we know that Rel missed a lot of open plays. But again, that was because of the pressure. When you got that pressure on you, you know, you're just trying to look for a safety blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And sadly, that safety blanket was only Shane. And of course, I'm not surprised, unlike Yeez, who was saying, PME, get out of here with that nonsense. Take that joint to Far Rock, buddy.
Yeez, give me your thoughts starting with PME first, then tell me the Monarchs.
PME, first of all, their secondary was getting cooked. His secondary was getting cooked. And then the adjustments wasn't made. Like I'm piggybacking off the guys. Like the pressure compared to Chuck pressure and Rel getting pressure, you could tell the experience and the IQ. Because when Chuck was getting pressured, he was still getting pressured, but he was still getting plays off. Mm-hmm. Rel, once that pressure came, it was either a duck or a drop pass. PME didn't show that fiery energy that they had all season, even into the playoffs, and it was just a lot of mistakes. It was a lot of mistakes on defense and offense. And like the guy said, Rel, that pressure made him forget he had 2 astonishing players on the wide receiver end in West and Henry, and he forgot to throw the ball to them. So that right there just showed that it's a lot that needs to be fixed next season. If they're going to go with Rel again, They gotta add some guys that's gonna keep him in the game as far as mentally. And then I feel like on the coaching aspect, wasn't no voices. Nobody was speaking. Nobody was saying, "Hey, you got to do this," or getting each other's tail to the point where it was just like, "Hey, we here. That's it." Like, yeah, like that. We here. We had the championship, and it didn't have that fire that they brought going into the championship. It just looked so lackadaisical. PME just took this one on the hop right here, man.
And tell me about the Monarchs.
Monarchs did what the Monarchs were supposed to do. In the beginning, Sal dropped 2 easy passes in the beginning, but once they clicked, boom, Chuck started darting. Like I said, Chuck was getting pressured. They was knocking him on his tail, but he was still adjusting, making those passes. Mo frying the secondary,
Yeah.
frying the secondary. Lucas, Los frying the secondary. The big buff guy with the sleeves off, looking like the real West, frying the secondary. Like it was so much that I did not expect from PME defense that it just looked like Monarchs big brother them.
Yeah.
It's like they big brother them. Like they made them look so tiny. Yeah, Courage was yelling, "Oh, you." What I didn't understand, Courage was yelling, saying they can't do nothing with me, and
And he
Chuck
wasn't
already
getting no
darted.
sacks.
Yeah,
Wasn't
and
doing
he wasn't
nothing.
getting no sacks. And by the time you said that, Chuck already darted a 10,
Yeah.
5 to 10 yard pass. So
Yeah.
it didn't make sense to me. And then they neutralized Mizzle. Carmine got neutralized. They was putting him pancake, pancake,
Yeah.
pancake. So it was just an all around slaughter. With the score doesn't look like it, but fundamentally, Monarchs destroyed them.
Yeah.
Destroyed them on both ends. And that was a great game. That was a great game. But the Monarchs did what the Monarchs were set out to do.
Yep.
Oh, hold up, Jay. And you know the big play was after these guys scored, how the Monarchs came right back.
Yeah.
To the throw to Mo. You know,
Yeah.
it 14-7 looks close, but again, it was never like, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't feel like it was
It
that
didn't
close to
feel
the
like
game.
it just felt like, all right, they scored, but we know what's gonna happen next.
Right.
We know what they're gonna come walk them down. And then Aaron and Will with the combo.
Yeah.
Great. Aaron was a beast.
Yeah.
He was on a mission. Like
Yeah. He played great.
they was just too it was like they was overwhelmed by Monarchs this game. Like I didn't see that fiery PME, man.
Well, this is my thoughts. I'm gonna start with PME. They didn't come out looking like the defending champs. They didn't come out like we remember the first championship we lost, because they did the only thing that Carver did, made back to back title runs, championship appearances. But the difference between them and Carver is Carver went 3 for 3, and PME went 1 for 3. So it's never going to be looked to as, it's like LeBron. People say LeBron's the greatest. Well, everybody remembers his championship records. That's what they're going to come down to. Not taking away from PME stamping their name in UFL, but they didn't come out like they expected to be the champions. Why? Because after stopping Monarchs the first time, they allowed Chuck to score 2 touchdowns. Chuck scored on his next 2 possessions. PME went 0 for 3 in the first half, as Chuck went 2 for 3. That's not championship ball. They didn't adjust. Now, they thought that they could do what they did with primetime, bring multiple pressure. What they did with the Shockers, bring multiple pressure. They should have known that the Monarchs were going to adjust, and they needed to know how to do it. Even if you start Carmine at the giver and put Courage to play linebacker.
That's a good.
That's what I would have did.
Yep.
I think Courage can defend better than Carmine.
Yeah.
So you let Carmine, who loves the contact, go in on 4 rush, and now you could use Courage blitzing, come in and help. But when you do it with Carmine, once he's neutralized with the other guys, he never played the size, Pauls, that he's playing now. Primetime didn't have no great blockers. Shockers didn't have no great blockers. Will can block. Tim can block. Aaron can block. They got multiple people that can block. G can block. So to think that you was going to get the same thing that you got before was the problem. And then, Mo has 5 touchdowns already in his playoffs. Chuck went with Mo against Henry and won, and against Jaquan and won. Those are two of your best defenders. And he went after them. And the difference between Rel and Chuck is, because we've seen Slasher do it this season. There's going to be times when in order to make the throw, you're going to get hit in the pocket. Rel was letting those passes go, and Chuck took the extra second to get hit, but make the pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a part of it. When the pressure came, Rel was missing. And now, coaching, how is Chad not getting the ball? We showed plays where Chad was wide open. How is Chad on the sideline? And as a coach, Doughboy got to say, you cannot only look for shame. Now, everybody knows the issue when you're under pressure or when you're depressed, the mind goes to its natural release. Meaning, if you're a drinker, when you're under stress, you drink. Or you smoke. Some guys beat on their girl. This is a joke. But that's what you do. The difference is, who does Rel go to? His man Shane. When the pressure's here, his man Shane, that's why he missed Henry. That's why West wasn't getting passes. That's why he missed Chad. He's missing guys because the pressure's coming and he automatically goes back to his natural. Who did he do this to? Primetime did the same thing. When Randy was bringing pressure, they got picks early in the game. That is your quarterback's tradition. That is your quarterback's style. And as a coach, you're supposed to change that. You know what you do when the pass rush is coming? I'm throwing the screen to Henry. Let's go. Your pass rush already came up. Let me throw a screen. Henry's elusive enough to get yards. They didn't adjust. Now, on the other side, love him, my guy. We went back and forth. 13-7, West drops a tying touchdown. 13-7. He catches that touchdown. We are tied.
With a chance to take the lead.
Opportunity to go up 1. That's what everybody's going to talk about. It's going to be talked about in next year's draft. It's going to be talked about in the field. And I think we're going to see West go crazy at EHS because of this. Yeezy, that touchdown changes the game.
Mind you, people are saying that he called for the ball too. Like he was telling them, pass me the ball.
Now, Ralph froze him out. But as a drafted player and a top player, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're a 3-point shooter, it doesn't matter if you didn't get the ball all day. When their number is called, you got to hit that 3. His number was called, and he dropped the pass. Yes, he made a great catch that got them back in the game with the touchdown. But you're supposed to do that. That's why you were drafted. You was the guy that's saying, don't draft me. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go there. And we seen him pick up in the playoffs last year. We see him do it. This play right here is what's going to be remembered until you get back. Because that could have tied the game and gave you a lead. And you know what made it worse, Yeez? Monarchs scored right after that.
Right.
That's what made it worse. If you would have stopped them, then it's like, cool, we got the ball back. But once they gave up the touchdown after just dropping a touchdown, that's why nobody really felt PME was in the game. When Monarchs gave up that touchdown, they played on the second when they got back, they played lazy. Because they knew there was no onsides. They knew we're going to give Chuck the ball. All Chuck needs to get is the first down to end the game. So they played that drive lazy. That's why West had opportunity. Now, PME, if I'm them and they're starting at the 15, G's, Ghost, Lou, I'm playing man. From the 15. All 3 downs, all 4 downs, I'm going man. Your best gotta beat my best. And if you get the first down, it's over anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
But
they didn't do that.
Jay.
Like they said, respectfully, I know this is the show, but we all know, and it's not a curse, grab your nuts and let's play man. Your best beat my best.
Hold up, Jay. You should have said grab your testicles.
Grab your testicles.
It's a little less raunchy. But you know, here's the thing. We could blame Doughboy But
I
also,
don't blame him. I'm blaming their coaching staff.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying, yeah. You see, I'm talking about Jaquan.
Yup.
Shane,
Who's the defensive captain?
Yeah, Rel, all of them take the blame for not making those adjustments.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, because again, we're not talking about dudes that just started playing football yesterday.
But you got to think about it too. The two most experienced guys. Come on now, Henry and West, bro.
Correct.
They on the defense. They've been in these situations. They've been to more championships than these guys.
True.
Y'all not calling those calls.
I agree.
Y'all not saying, "Hey, Wes, you just came from a championship game at Expo."
Yeah.
Two, you walked off. Pinnacle games.
Yep. I'm going man. When that last drive, I'm going man. And if you beat me, you beat me. You beat me.
And they're capable, y'all. They capable. Henry and West are capable to hold it down on man, bro.
Yeah.
And what happens? They allow them to run the Carver play to get the first down. West and Henry, because they were so caught up in the game,
right?
It's like they didn't realize, and that's what Chuck does. The teams get so caught up in the game, he knows when to use the Carver play. You can see Timmy goes across, pushes Courage, then Carmine, who looked like he was in the man, got beat, runs into Courage, and stopped Courage from making a play to get the sack to stop Chuck from getting the first down.
But look at the sequence that happened. And again, look at the sequence in terms of a bunch of plays that could have changed the game for PME. You look at the on defense, they made the stop, but the interception could have the interception that Jaquan dropped. That was 6 points the other side. And not only that, if you get the interception and get tagged, now you're in better field position because you let Monarchs punt. They're starting you all the way at the 1 yard line.
Yep.
So now you have to start from the 1. Then you drive all the way to the end zone with all of that time wasted, because if you are in a better field position, that's less time to get to the end zone. So that's 1. 2, they don't get the touchdown because West drops the touchdown. Then you give up a touchdown right after you get stopped. So these 3 drives could have been a difference maker for this team. And all 3 drives, 3 things that they came up short on, and because of that, that was when the game was sealed pretty much. That right there.
And then PME gets caught with the Timmy flare-out.
Yeah.
Carmine is on the wrong side. They're all positioned to the left, and Timmy just rolls out to the right and lets wide open.
Man, he was even dropping passes off the wheel.
Word.
Yeah.
It's PME did not play like they were the champions.
Nope.
They did not play like they was trying to show everybody, we don't care that Chuck is here. We're the champs. Mm-hmm. And they let the guy who they say has a dead arm go downfield. Yep. His arm didn't look dead.
Nope.
And the fact for him to go after 2 of their best players on defense, which is Jaquan and Henry, and be successful is huge.
Well, pretty much Mo went on the field.
7 touchdowns in 3 games is crazy.
In every single playoff game, Mo stepped in and said, "What defender's stopping me?
Correct.
I'm doing what I want." And it wasn't just, Mo is Chuck is using Mo to chop up the field and then get into the end zone. No,
home runs.
It was just
it was
plays.
Home runs. Everything.
It was runs over Baghdad. Every single time.
Every time Mo touched that football, it was a home run. Even that little bing, and Mo got the gain. Yep. I was like, yo.
Yes.
And it came down to, remember, we, like people were saying, oh, well, Henry and West know Chuck's plays.
And look
Nobody, he knows your weaknesses.
And remember, like I told everybody, when YMM played Carver, and Carver beat them in the interview with Jeremy, who was a defensive captain, he said Chuck ran different plays. Mm-hmm. And I hope Ghost get the footage to hear him saying Chuck ran different plays.
Like I said, I put the stamp on you on the best safety in the league. We see you make a big play, knocking the ball down, but we didn't see you like you was comfortable cheating to the ball today.
Chuck ran new plays.
Got you.
No fill-ins.
You think he's going to run the same? And that's when Jeremy and Rico was playing with Carver.
Right.
Of course. You know what Chuck remind me of? And now I'm going to talk about the Monarchs. He reminds me of Batman. You know how Batman has a plan to kill every superhero, including himself? That's what Chuck did. He knows Henry. He knows Wes. He knows Jaquan. He knew Henry figured, you're not going to test me.
Or you're not going to beat me.
Right, and he did. And talking about the Monarchs, what I can say is great, and we killed Chuck when he did not win a championship in the draft ever. So he broke that streak.
Yep.
You know what he also did? In this run, Ghost, Lou, you know he beat 3 MVPs? He beat Slasher, former MVP. He beat Corey, former MVP. And he just beat Henry, who was this year's MVP.
Wow.
On his run, he beat 3 MVPs.
And Jay, you predicted that earlier because he was like, "Yo, imagine if he beats." Because you were saying, and you were saying that, like, what if he beats Henry, and he's just like an MVP killer for the season?
Right, that's what it looks like.
That's what he was. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The only thing I would say is that 2 out of 3 MVPs, they pooped the bed once.
It's still an MVP. You still beating MVPs. It don't matter their performance. He beat them.
Yeah.
Thatcher was the clear MVP when he won it. Corey was the clear MVP when he won it. And Henry was the clear MVP this year. He beat Mims because Mims was on a bad team. Mims on a better team, Mims is MVP.
Look. Who got a question there? He got a question.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, you know me. I got to be the one who disputes stuff. Yeah, I get it. Corey was MVP how long ago? A couple of years, 2, 3, when he was with
with YMM.
With YMM. Oh, nah, forget. Come on, you can't do that. You can't. That was like 10 years ago, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. It does matter, Jay.
When you won an MVP.
What have you done for me
so
lately?
Let me tell you something. Corey didn't play like an MVP this year. He did.
No, he did it.
What?
Listen, he had 20 touchdowns. Hold it.
He had 20 games.
20 touchdowns.
He missed 2 games.
Hold it. What happens in the playoffs?
We're not talking about the regular
It doesn't matter.
season.
Doesn't matter. No. I'm not gonna let.
You can't take that away from.
Yes,
I'm not saying Reggie, who dropped off the map. Corey's still capable. Slasher just won MVP, and Henry won MVP.
Last year, yeah. No, I can give you Slasher.
Listen,
I can give you Slasher and Henry.
Hold on. But we're wasting our time because we're arguing losers.
Yeah,
no, you know what it is?
Thank you, Ghost. Thank you.
Lou, what I don't think is,
no, I'm not saying I'm disputing Lou's. I'm Jay's point.
Lou never respects people's resume.
Not from 5 years ago, bro. 5 years ago doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't matter.
Yo, Yeez,
you can't tell me that I beat you this year and you was champion 5 years ago.
Okay, you know what it is? Okay, let me tell you something. It still goes down as your credentials. Now, Lou, I know you don't have a lot of credentials as a player. Like
I have degrees. I have degrees. Degrees mean more than little football trophies. Degrees mean more than football trophies.
And now you like this with Ramsey.
Don't do that. I could care less. I could care less about that. I don't care about that.
You're a Ramsey fan.
Listen.
So we know what you're going to say.
I got more hair on my head than you, darling.
And now Chuck is the GOAT again. And then you call.
He is the GOAT.
You call guys. Instead of calling guys,
you can't argue that. Yeah.
Look, we call Prodigy. That's his name. Oh, the player formerly known.
Bro,
and we call him
Prodigy is 32 years old. How you call a 30-something-year-old a Prodigy?
The only one that want to neutralize who they are by saying, I'm not calling him that. I'm not calling him that. We all call him Slutty. That's what we call him. I'm not calling him that.
His name is Kevin.
That's
his mama don't call him Slutty.
That's who you are. So
all right, yo. We're not doing semantics. I have nothing to do with this game.
Hold it. 1 second.
We're talking about losers here, man.
Hold up.
Yeah, thank you, Geez. Thank you.
Ghost is hilarious. Look, I jumped off the Chuck bandwagon 2 seasons ago, right?
You did. And you jumped off the Ramsey thing. And then now you're a Ramsey fan.
Yeah, I know, because I'm just getting back at you for when you do that to me. But with Chuck, I did say if he didn't win a championship, I think that's the only reason he won. He shouldn't have been in the draft. Remember that?
Listen, end of the day, with all jokes aside, no one picked the Monarchs.
No,
I did. Halfway through the season.
No, we talking about the teams. No one thought that they would have opportunity. Yeah. Then you got the fact that they had experience. They had guys that's been hard to the core. You heard the stuff that I said. This team welcomed them even when Tanner left.
Right.
They still welcomed them as their brother.
And we forgot about Ice.
They brought these guys in and they play Monarchs ball. And because Monarchs only play in the UFL, I don't think they get the respect as an organization that they deserve. When they signed Mo, no one talked about it. It was, okay, Mo, all right. Yeezy said it from the beginning. He gonna kill.
Yeah.
And look what he did. He was an all-star last year for Don't Sleep. Him and Mike was the only two things to talk about with Don't Sleep.
And the fact that Chuck and Mo was able to connect like they've been playing together for years, like that's insane. My thing is, bro, if they ever decide to go elsewhere and play on the same team, I don't know what defense will be able to handle that, because the way they were able to be in sync this season in the playoffs alone is insane.
At the end of the day, the things that Monarchs did from beginning to end, from the beginning of losing Pams to be in this position, they move, they sit G down and go with Will. That could have broke the team up.
Right.
We seen Sal, they made a trade that brung in Sal and traded Akon, which we could all agree that Sal, Akon's a little bit of a better player than Sal. Because his ability to play on both sides of the ball.
Right.
It's a little better than Sal. He's a better route runner. He can create separation that Sal can't.
Well, you know what it is, Jay? Comfortability.
That's what I'm saying. So they made all these moves and put all their chips up, even doing a pick swap for next season. And now that they won a championship, not only does Kaz and Mike, especially Kaz, look smart, they're going to have other guys that wants to play with this organization because of the way they're ran. Kaz always said there's no one bigger than the team. He also called out Javon, saying Javon was a Monarch.
Right.
Yeah.
And left to go to PME. So you don't think he enjoyed beating him? Yeah. At the end of the day, Monarchs are an established team in the UFL. Monarchs are a team that you got to respect in the UFL. And Kaz, and listen, their core guys, Kaz, Bell, and Mike, are guys that I would want to play with this team. So even though Chuck moves on, we kind of completely doubt they get the number one pick again to get Chuck. I can see him drafting the Adi. You know what I'm saying? I can see him going after another quarterback to say, listen, we're going to get the pieces needed that guy's going to know to play Monarchs football. And now they look like the smartest guys in the room. And the best thing they could say is, listen, we honored Pam's. We honored our brother Greg, who passed away, by winning the championship in year 2. They went to the Final Four last year and then win the championship the following year. That is how you do it. And much respect to them and that organization.
Yep.
So we're going to wrap this one up. Mo gets MVP, 2 touchdowns, played great this whole playoffs. He automatically, it was kind of rumored that he was going to be in the draft. This solidifies it. He will be in the draft.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't
be in the draft. We're going to have a great draft next year. And what's going to be even more amazing is there's only going to be 10 teams. That means 2 rounds is 20 picks. You're going to have guys that's undrafted. Because I think we got like 24 guys. That's 4 guys that's possibly going to go undrafted. That can go to other teams. You still got, we don't know Swiss condition as far as living, but because he travels, they're not going to put him on the draft list because he's not going to be here. So Swiss can go now. Swiss may not be athletically the same he was before, but he's still one of the best leaders in the game. So you put him on a team that's right there. Can you imagine Mike, if Mike comes back? We don't know how that's going to go. Getting a Swiss on his team to lead and then making the right picks. What? How many people go to UTF he could get Swiss to play? I doubt it. It's not going to happen. But I'm just saying. The draft is going to be interesting. We was told Jimmy Milo comes off the draft list because he has to still move up. So he's going to be a guy you could pick up. Slasher, he's not even playing in the A and EHS. So he's not going to be on the draft board. So Street Fam can get Slasher again as a quarterback.
He won't be on the draft.
No, he's not playing in the A.
He's not playing in the A. IOD dropped out because a lot of the guys left.
He's not an A. You know what I'm saying? So
hold it. I was an MVP 2 years ago, and I get kicked out.
He
the
also
draft.
went undrafted, so he didn't get drafted.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody passed on him.
That's right. I forgot that they went Sherm and BG.
All the teams passed on him. So obviously, you look at it that way, you say, why would he go on the draft list? So that's better for him.
Yeah. Unless he would have put up super duper numbers
right.
and won a championship.
Has the opportunity to get Slasher back. And still draft 2 players.
Right. Right.
It's gonna be a great draft. We're gonna have a
which I don't think Slasher going nowhere. I think
he's gonna stay. I don't see him going nowhere. I think he stays. Especially with Alvaro winning Coach of the Year. I see things. So we're gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna try to have a show. I'm off Monday, so I'm gonna have a show with Yeezy wrapping up. Since we didn't do it today because we wanted the show to come out, so we'll have. I'll probably attach. I'll work with Yeezy. We probably do it on a Diabolical Monday.
Yeah.
And do it together.
We can
But
do it.
your final thoughts, Ghost, on this season, Lou on this season. I know the show is going to be a little long. We don't care because it's the last show. Ghost, give me your thoughts. Lou, give me your thoughts. Easy, give me your thoughts. Start with you, Ghost.
It was a fun season. I mean, overall, it was very competitive. A lot of teams that I didn't expect to take off and do well really did. One team that really shocked me this year, even though their defense is trash, like how Lou always points out, was the Shockers. They were an exciting team to watch, especially the fact that, one person that I was glad really got a lot of recognition this season and was able to get a lot done was Shannon.
Yeah.
Because for the last couple years, he's played on teams that necessarily weren't great. Right. He played on Don't Sleep. That wasn't great. He was playing on Street Fam when they didn't really have anybody, and they were struggling. So now they were on a Shockers team that had a really good offense and a quarterback like Ramsey that can run up the score. So I give it to them that they were able to step up. The Raiders is a team that I enjoyed watching and disappointed me at the same time. So it was a lot this season that, I was surprised by, that I enjoyed. A lot of teams disappointed me, but overall it was an enjoyable season with a great ending with the championship. Overall successful season. I enjoyed it. I cannot wait for next year.
Look, it was a great season. What was amazing about seeing the Shockers play was how bad the defense was going to be.
Here we go.
That was like the most exciting thing watching their games. How bad could they be? But besides that, come on, they were horrible. Let's be realistic.
Yes, we know.
Yeah. It was. I think that's I think that's up there with Untouchables. But I'm glad that there was no drama this season, no injuries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Teams were basically. Most teams were good except for Tiki's team was 0-8. But
there were a couple of injuries.
Not
7-1.
7-1. That's right. They got a tie. Yeah. But
we did see Lou go down, which was unfortunate.
That was late. Late in the season.
He was doing good. They were on a decent run, and then they lost.
That might have made a difference for them. Give or take. But the one thing that I'm gonna miss in the off season is not having arguments with that mean guy with the bald head. I'm now we're gonna have to have Bible study discussions, not a real tough talk. And then also my new Dominican cousin, Yeez. That was a great addition to the crew. You know what I'm saying? Another Latino on the board. But no, it was a great season. A lot of surprises with the Monarchs winning. You know what I'm saying? Even with the few teams, certain players. Look, the UTF and the Jeremy said they showed a lot of heart. That team showed a lot of heart. They didn't show a lot of skill offensively, but they showed a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? The Shockers did well offensively. That was the one thing. When you got a guy like Ramsey who can throw without looking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you had the disappointments like Rep City. How Rep City's season ended, because of the injury to Adi. But it should be interesting, with the draft and everything, I can't wait. What, another 11 months?
Something like that. What's your thoughts?
8 months. 8 months.
Mm-hmm. My thoughts, first and foremost, I appreciate y'all guys accepting me because this is my first actual season being in UFL and seeing the games firsthand. It was exciting. Like, it was a different kind of football for me. And the Pam's passing gave it a different feel as well. Because you see, no matter what team it was, they was out there playing for P. And I really appreciated that. What shocked me, I thought the Raiders was going to take it all. I'm not going to lie.
A lot of people did.
Yep.
I thought the Raiders was going to take it all. Those was my clear shot winning. Right? I'm going to miss Stoney. I'm going to miss Stoney. I'm going to miss watching him with his high energy and lose. and then put on that mask.
Hold on, Yeez. Holies. Okay, for the Raiders comment.
For the Raiders comment, nah, I really thought they had a chance because they was looking real good, like they was looking like powerhouses. But no, that went down. Shockers. Now, if y'all don't remember, I don't know if Jay, we was doing when we did like our first before the season started. Shannon was in doubt at one point in time because he felt like people was doubting him.
Yep.
He felt like his stock was low and that people didn't respect him. So I really, really, really big up Shannon for showing out, and he really put his stock higher because he is a top tier player in TFL.
Yes.
No matter what nobody say, I don't care where he go, who he play with. Shannon puts in that work.
Agreed.
And this season was just an outcome and to show everybody that I still got it. Slasher has always been my guy. He just elevated his game to a different level to me because it's like it's more dangerous, it's more strategical, and I got to see more of him play, and it was just so amazing to me. He always gets my respect. And Mo is a shining star of this fucking league. Pardon me, of the season. Mo went crazy. First time playing with Chuck. First time catching the ball from Chuck. And you do what you did to take and go to the championship and do the same thing on continuous days.
Yep.
That was big.
That was big.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Pause. But yeah. All playoffs, he did it. All playoffs.
PME, another one. Like I thought it was gonna be PME and the Raiders in the chip.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna be PME and the Raiders in the chip. And I thought that PME was gonna have a different outcome in this championship game, but it showed me wrong. All in all, this is an awesome season. I want to shout out to y'all guys, man. Jay, Ghost, Lou, y'all made this experience so dope for me, and I appreciate y'all, man. I can't wait to run it back. I can't wait to the new season. I can't wait to the draft. I can't wait to the draft.
The draft gonna be
my
crazy.
Draft right here.
Yeah.
I got my mock draft right here, and I can't wait. And it's going to be explosive, man.
Me and Ghost are in talks about getting rid of somebody.
Well, he's above you there right now.
Oh, okay.
I hope you're pointing to Satan. I get that. We're trying to get rid of Satan.
Get rid of Satan, man.
Yeah, I think he's funny.
You can't leave Stephen J out, man. That's the man of the moment.
We're gonna muzzle. We're gonna try to get him saved this season.
Yeah, but
Stephen J. Not the J. J is Satan.
Yeah,
he
Jay
said Stephen J.
Stephen J. Stephen J.
But
The
all
bad
in all,
guy.
it was an awesome season, man. Like I really give it to y'all guys. Y'all put on an awesome season this year, man.
You know, at least I can finally get some rest and go to sleep early now.
Word.
And I have to wait to that dreaded text message at 9:00. You ready? I'm ready to go to sleep, darn it. That's what I'm ready to do.
Listen, my thoughts, it was a great season. It started off rocky with the pass to the Pams. I spoke to Ghost and I didn't even want to do anything. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be easy to snap back this season. And I was just hoping that maybe the league would just end. Like maybe we won't have a league this year. That's how I felt when it first happened. And then talking to Ghost, talking to Lou, it was sudden. That's what did it for everybody. It was like just happened. So it was difficult. I give a shout to the guys, respect to the guys because these guys really showed respect this year. Like it was no real drama. No real social media posts being disrespectful, and we show that we're capable of battling, still enjoying and respecting each other. So I appreciate that. What I was impressed on was Mims and Mo's coming out part of the season. They showed that their talent all over. They actually show how good the Nightmares really are. When you know that all these guys are on the Nightmares roster.
Yeah.
A lot of people say the Nightmares are next up. I agree with them. For Mo to win league championship MVP, for Mims to win Defensive Player of the Year and be up there for runner-up for league MVP, they had it coming out party, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Raiders was exciting all years. Raiders entertained us all year, and we loved it. The scoring, the handshakes, all that was awesome. They entertained us. It's not where you want to be in the playoffs, but they entertained us. Little disappointed with DG. They had one of the most talented rosters in the league. And for them to be a wild card team and then lose to Primetime, who had no wins, to give Primetime their first win in a playoff game, that has to be a shot to Hollywood's ego. They have to get better. They have to figure it out. To bench Ad to go with Reem when you should have went to Reem a long time ago if he was going to make that move, I still question. That's some of the things. Monarchs, no one picked them. And for them to go through, if they would have went through what they went through and been a wild card team and lost, no one would have said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't allow that to be their stomping ground, and I got to give them their props for that. PME dominated this year, regardless of who was the quarterback. We've seen a lot of issues come up in the playoffs, starting with the way they started off with Primetime.
Yeah.
We've seen that PME can start off slow. They started off slow at Primetime.
Yeah.
Came back. It was not going to happen against an experienced team like Monarchs. At the end of the day, the UFL has showed that anybody can win any given Saturday. With the placement of the rules, look, people said the kickoff is going to, not having the kickoff was going to hurt the league, and I think it made the league more exciting. It made you have to play defense. You have more of an opportunity. You had to play offense. Starting the ball at the 15 is completely different. And now we show that the league can adjust and change rules and still have the same product.
Oh, yeah.
Tim, again, I always give first God, then Tim the opportunity of bringing me and Ghost in. Me and Ghost creating a show that's been great for all these years. Us bringing in Lou. Now you see Yeezy's join the crew.
Yep.
We have something great here, and it's only going to get better. One thing I can say about me and Ghost, we always try to find a way to step up even more. You saw us step up with the drone more this year. You saw us step up with we went from the podium every week to now the highlights with the podium that my daughter created, and we're only trying to get better. We're going to get better. You know what I mean? Lou and Ghost are working together to try to get our things a lot better. We're going to try to have a better screen. Me and Ghost are talking possibly about going back to the studio together. Maybe. We'll see. But it's just a great thing. It's been a great season, and it's a fittable ending for the Monarchs and Chuck to not only win a championship, but to do it against the defending champs. That's the way it got to be. When Chuck goes back to win his championship, he does it against the defending champs.
And it was obviously special, yeah.
Right. With Pam's passing and for Qua to do the coin toss was awesome. That was awesome because it set off the championship on the right bar. And it was just a great season, man. My daughter got hurt like y'all saw, but she was fine. She's good now. The champagne on the field, the checks. You know, the field 161 was beat up. And this may be our last year using 161.
Until they fix it, yeah.
Until they fix that field. But no one complained. And it's just not the same not being there. You still had the aura. You still had the feel. You still had the intensity. So at the end of the day, it was just a blessing. And now me and Ghost and Lou and Yeezy on vacation because it's tough doing the show.
Yeah.
You know, Yeezy jumped in. It's tough because he got to be ready for the text for the Zoom. He has to do his homework, his notes. Sometimes we come on late. Guys don't really know what it takes to make the hot dog. They just know about the hot dog. They don't know what it takes to make it.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
And that's glizzies. What are you bringing up glizzies for?
Like
bro?
You don't eat glizzy. Stop.
I don't. I'm a pescatarian. Unless they have fish hot dogs. Hold on. I got the greatest phrase of the season was Corey.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was hilarious.
That was awesome. Yeah, see, we brought Yeezy in. Yeezy kind of brought that flair in that the show desperately needed. And it's only up from here, guys. We're going to get a lot better next year. So enjoy the break. Like I told you, the draft, the lottery would be on opening day in EHS spring. And the draft will be on championship day in EHS spring. So that's when both of those go. In a few weeks, I'll put up the possible draft board, but we still got to see if these guys are going to play. We don't know how certain guys can go.
Exactly, yeah.
So I got to see who we can recruit. So this will be a possible draft list. Possible. And then we'll adjust as we get closer. So at the end of the day, it's been great. Blessings to y'all. Thank God for keeping us all together, keeping this going, because without him, we would not have been where we at. He does
Oh,
so
so
much
now
work.
that means you'll be at Bible study in 2 weeks.
Now I could be back at Bible study. It was difficult because me and Ghost record. I got to do my stats. I've been exhausted with work, but now I'll be back Bible
Because we
study on
got
Wednesday.
Yeez has been there the last couple of weeks. Look at
Yeah,
Yeez.
my
Look
guy,
at
man.
God. Look at God.
We're gonna wrap this one up, man. Shout to my guys, my team, great team I got. Shout to my man Yeezy. Thank you for
What
joining
up,
the
man?
crew.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Ghost, thank you for what you bring. Lou, our arguments is great.
Classic.
And it's a lot of fun. We
Classic.
ain't go back and forth, but it's always love.
Because you're a
Ghost,
troll
man.
and a half.
Ghost, you my brother, yo. This wouldn't be where it's at without you. You've been my sidekick.
Don't
You've been
start
my
crying.
partner.
Crying.
You put in the work that no one sees, and this does not work without you. I want to
All
thank
the
you
work he definitely
Word.
does.
For your time, your patience, and just for the things you do, man.
And hearing it from Jay how he be going, he be, y'all
We're
don't
gonna
know.
we're gonna
Y'all
have
don't-
the skits.
Yo.
Ghost will probably get it to Lou.
Oh, yeah,
say
yeah.
he'll
Lou
put
will
it
have
together.
that, yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
see our arguments.
Yo.
Y'all see all our questions. Y'all see our jokes. I'm gonna make sure that Ghost gets it to Lou because Lou been dying to do one because it's just funny. We'll just be laughing half the time, and it's funny, man. We're gonna check that out. So on behalf of Real Tough Talk, my partner Yeezy, my other partner Lou the Shooter, Ghost. I'm Stephen J. We're gonna wish y'all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And like I always tell you guys, man, as long as you keep God first, everything else will work itself out. Much love to y'all. We see y'all guys next season. We out here.